Guerrilla cricket. Whoa. Guerrilla cricket. Whoa. Guerrilla Take guard, man the barricades, patrol the cover boundary. At last the time is come, this is a cricketing emergency. Hear this call to arms for every cricket revolutionary. Take up your bats and stumps for the test match insurgency. At first they tried to silence us, but we would not be silenced. They threatened us with lies, so we threatened them with violence. Che Guevara, Sangakkara, Joseph Stalin, Douglas Jardine, Robespierre, Darrell Hare, Vladimir Lenin, O'Brien Kevin, guerrilla cricket. It's not about the winning, it's about how many rules you break. Even in cricket commentary, this is the best advice to take. Pick guerrilla cricket, it's the finest choice you'll ever make. There's so much more to cricket than rev counters and a slice of cake. At first they tried to sanitize us and clean up our act, but people like it filthy, and we know that for a fact. Fidel Castro, Lenny Pascoe, Carlos the Jackal, Umar Akmal, Mahatma Gandhi, Grant and Andy, Brendan Behan, Austin Ian, guerrilla cricket. Stick with us, cause you know we're not the kind of thing that you see on the TV and the radio. So vive la revolution. First they tried to buy us, but we would not be bought. Okay, we were, but then we ran away, and we will not be caught. Would not give up the ghost when they left us all for dead. They decapitated us, but we just grew another head. Chairman Mao, Jamie Howe, Ho Chi Minh, Asif Din, Václav Havel, Graham Saville, No Surrender, Percy Fender, Che Guevara, Sangakkara, Joseph Stalin, Douglas Jardine, Robespierre, Darrell Hare, Vladimir Lenin, O'Brien Kevin, guerrilla cricket.
Well, welcome back. We've actually enjoyed a couple of days off, but we are right now at the sharp end of this World T20. Today, it's the first semi-final. It's Eden Gardens between most people's favourite South Africa and New Zealand. It's the battle of the perennial World T20 bridesmaids. South Africa twice beaten semi-finals, runners-up in the last time around, but unbeaten so far in this edition, although they did need a couple of super overs to get past Afghanistan. New Zealand, 3 times beaten semi-finalists, once runners-up. If you look at the head-to-head record between these two in World T20s, you might think there's only going to be one winner today. 5 times they've met, and South Africa have won every single one. The most recent was at Ahmedabad just over 2 weeks ago in this World Cup. Marco Janssen's 4 wickets defended a low total for South Africa in a 7-wicket win. But it's a semi-final, it's 2 cracking teams, and anything can happen. Toss news, I can tell you New Zealand have fielded, which is not a surprise, although we will talk a bit about the stats that support that, and they're not as conclusive as I think everyone else seems to think they are. But first of all, I am joined by, our tribal elder, who, as far as I can see, is sat next to an enormous goose that is about 3 times his size. Messrs, good morning, afternoon, evening.
I thought it was time to introduce Blanche to the audience.
That's Blanche. She's huge.
Yeah, she does look a rather bigger there than she is in actual life.
Well, you're not a small fella, and she's taller than you. Let's be fair. And the other man chuckling is a man who approaches this game with a soul full of hope, and one has to be very careful how they say that. But it is Richard Asher, the voice of South African cricket, at least as far as we're concerned, for now.
Greetings. So much to chuckle about already. Messrs' tricks of scale.
Yes.
Great fun, great fun. What a lovely goose. I'm glad to be around for her debut.
It is possible that in Perth they just breed fucking enormous geese. I mean, but it's not. When I've read travel books about Western Australia, it's not something I knew. Right, we should. We've already told you the important toss news. Mitchell Santner has said we will have a bowl. We will discuss, I am sure. Let me run through the two teams. New Zealand, pretty consistent, really, although there's one perhaps more unexpected inclusion. Finn Allen, Tim Seifert, Rashin Ravindra, Glenn Phillips, Mark Chapman, Daryl Mitchell, Mitchell Santner, Jimmy Neesham, Colin McConkie, Matt Henry, Lockie Ferguson. That seems to be quite seam heavy to me. So we're going to chat to the lads about that. The South African lads for Richard are Aidan Markram, Quentin de Kock, the Rickler, Ryan Rickleton, Dewil Brevis, David Miller, Tristan Stubbs, Marco Janssen, Corbin Bosch, Kagiso Rabada, Keshav Maharaj, and Lungi and Gidi. So a lot of the lads who did get a run out in the more meaningless last game for South Africa, which they of course won, aren't getting a run out today. First of all, Richard, it's everyone is saying, it was on Cricinfo, this is a chasing ground, this is a ground for chase. Do the stats genuinely bear that out?
Well, you've looked through them and I haven't, so I think you can have the answer for me. But what I will say, I noticed when I was having a look, I was quite surprised to read that South Africa have never played a T20 international at this famous ground.
They haven't. They tried once, and it was cancelled.
Yeah, I mean, they will have all the data nonetheless, but they haven't got any personal experience to go on. What they do have is a lot of other stuff they've done at this ground,
IPL
including
stuff.
winning a test match very recently, come back from isolation in 1991, and so on and so forth. So we won't mention the last World Cup semi-final against Australia.
Well, no, possibly not. This is the first semi-final. It's a new World T20. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life for us. And it was going to be as well for South Africa and New Zealand, but only one of these teams is going to be making their way to what is now finally confirmed as Ahmedabad. It was confirmed as Ahmedabad a few days ago, to be honest, but Cricinfo never quite got round to updating it. The BBC,
well, I hear it's
I'm glad to
this
say,
time of
did. Which means it'll also be a 1:30 start, I think we can say. Aidan Markram, shall we jingle him up? He's going through his jumping up and down on the spot routine, so let's say hi to him.
Because he's a grinner, a part-time spinner, and his surfer, yes, he's a winner. Playing his shots out in the sun. He's a stroker, not mediocre. He's no World Cup choker. He gets us moving with his runs.
And back to bowl, having gone away for the birth of, do we know if he had a boy, girl, second child?
I did read it and then I forgot.
Matt Henry.
It's bound to be one or the other.
Well, you say that.
Yeah.
These are modern times. These are modern times, you know. But it is going to be Matt Henry. We'll find his jingle in a minute. He's over the wicket. It's clipped off his toes by Markram, and South Africa on the board immediately with a clip to mid-wicket. Markram is off and running, and this chap is going to be on strike.
There is nothing remotely funny about the name Kok. It is, in fact, the name of a city in Poland, which has been recognized and established as a community since the 12th century. The Battle of Kok in 1809, 1920 and 1939, all very, very bad and not at all funny. And in any case, this man's name is pronounced Tuchucha.
Gerald Kok!
Well, we seem to... I suspect what's happened in the case of Quentin de Kock is his previous jingle, or wait for Matt Henry, new father, and that's hurried up Quentin de Kock, who I think was looking to start in a similar manner to Markram with a little dab to leg, but rather got a bottom edge to it, down onto his toes. So it's a dot ball and no run. How was that South African pronunciation, Richard?
Well,
passable?
I thought the Polish sounded passable, but the correction of the South African was very, very, very wrong.
The Kurka.
Highly cynical. I have to say, Tony, your reading of the team was almost perfect.
Oh, well, thank you. What, the New Zealand team? That's clipped to leg by de Kock. No run.
They've got a tricky one there in the lower order, but the South African team, the only one to work on a little bit is the Dierwald in Brevis.
As in Brevis. Dierwald Brevis.
It's a long E.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're pretty much there.
Dierwald. Okay.
Acceptably there.
Well, the other exciting news today, if you're from Bradford, is that you are extremely well represented in the umpire department, because both Alex Wharf and Richard Illingworth are from Bradford. That is defended into the onside by Quentin de Kock. No run. Good tight start from Matt Henry. It's like he's never been away, Richard. Like he's never been away.
No, but I haven't seen him bowl for a while, and the last time I saw him bowl, he was not sporting a moustache like he's got now.
He maybe just hasn't shaved while he's been waiting for the birth of his either boy or girl.
Is it been around for this whole tournament? Or
Yes, it has.
I've still watched only one game.
It has. And it's been bristling in fine fashion.
It deserves a mention in a jingle.
This one is called away by de Kock. He's got all of that. The price of fish, the kitchen sink, and a few other things besides. It's away over deep square, and it is the first one of these. I can hear Bear chuntering in the background. I thought he was chuntering at me, but I think he's talking to someone. Maybe Jason's alright. Oh no, it's Nick. There we go. I kept thinking, have I said something wrong? Why is he keeping? But he's not. He's engaged in animated conversation. 7 without loss. Richard, you were about to say something.
I was just going to say how unlikely it was that you would say something wrong.
Well, yes. Have you ever met my other half? She probably put you right on that one. That's just guided to short cover. No run. It means 7 off the first over. I suppose that's not too bad. He could have done without that 6, Matt Henry. South Africa will be glad of it. 7 for no loss. Messers and his enormous goose.
We've got lots of familiar faces with us today. Rich Turner, Ghost Rider, Banana Brooks, who says strap in. Extra Fluffo, Jay Grover says A up Bellends.
Delightful.
Pirate Badshaw says ahoy, all sorts and sea dogs. Andrew Cook, Farong, Stephen Kelk. Gareth Davies, lots of people. Joe says we all fear the Blanche goose god. Well, the goose was the animal symbol of the Egyptian god Jeb, I suppose it is, the god of the earth. So yeah, should be worshipped.
McConkey is the new bowler. Hang on, Messrs. Cole McConkey is the new bowler. It's just pushed down to mid-on. And there is a single. Carry on, Messrs. And your goose.
Rich Turner says he's sending the goose into bowl. Spend 10 minutes every day talking to the geese in the local park, says Stephen Kelk. Yes, so you should. And we do have our very first super chat from the Emperor of Sheffield, Jay Grover. 2 pounds.
Is that in honour of two Yorkshire umpires?
He says, I demand that no one praises Tony.
McConkey.
He has to learn.
Comes around the wicket to the left-handed de Kock, who defends. And there is no run. 89 kilometres for Cole McConkey. He threw that up quite nicely, actually, didn't he, Rich?
Yeah.
Although that one, not so much.
De Kock has taken the bait on that one.
It's been leathered away down the ground. I don't think it went all the way. I think it dropped short. Yeah. No real appreciable turn. It was in his arc. And he slapped it straight back over the bowler's head. 2-3 bounces and one of these. Oh, that's gone up in the air, though. Is anyone underneath it? They should be. It's taken by, I think, Lockie Ferguson. New Zealand have struck. Quentin de Kock, having hit a 6 and a 4, went to try and pull that. He toe-ended it. Up it went to mid-on and just dropped straight into the waiting hands of Wee Lockie, who said thank you very much indeed. He just didn't get hold of it, did he?
No, the bat was all at the wrong angle, the timing was all wrong, and straight up in the end was absolute catching practice, which I believe, ironically, he provided for the South African fielders in the last optional training session. Maybe he's been taking a few more throwdowns from...
Maybe his, what's he call it when your body learns how to do something?
Muscle memory.
Yes, I don't know, there's a muscle memory.
I've heard it's a thing. I've never
mastered it. Well, I think it sort of is. You kind of do have it when you're driving. But Lockie Ferguson took the catch. Cole McConkey is the conqueror of Quentin de Kock, and it's 12-4-1. Oh, perhaps we should just play one of these, I suppose. Harsh one, but we'll give it this.
I'm a loser. Yeah, I'm a loser, babe. I'm just a loser.
Well, it's a team game, Tony, a team game.
Well, it
will
is.
Be a winner if South Africa gets home.
This man, I seem to recall, made a few in the last game. It's the Rickler, who's coming in at number 3. Here he is.
Ryan Rickleton! Up and cover! Ryan Rickleton! Because the winner!
And he slapped this first ball. Oh my word! McConkey has 2 in 2. Rickleton has just slapped this straight to backward point, where it is hungrily swallowed. And there's a gentleman in the crowd we're zooming in on who's just shaking his head, and I suspect that's largely because he's probably a South African. But that was just straight to, would you call it short third? Would you call it backward point? Somewhere in between. Either way, it was the easiest catch, and it's more catching practice. 2 in 2 for McConkey, South Africa, in well, just a spot of bother.
I would say that was even easier, if only because he had less time to think about it.
It was Finn Allen, who does look like a sort of a Scottish folk singer with that beard. There's something about him that if you put one of those big chunky knit cable sweaters on him, and perhaps a mandolin, he's got the look of a folk singer about him.
He doesn't sound the least bit like a folk singer, though.
Does he not?
No.
Well, he's a good catcher of a cricket ball, but I've got to be honest, the three of us, and probably the goose, could have caught that one, because it literally was just tap. Now it's D. Wold Brevis, which almost sounds like a World Wrestling introduction, but I did give him the lengthened E. Diawald.
There you go.
Isn't it a make of power tools in the UK? Diawald. I think it is. I don't think it's anything to do with Brevis,
though. Devalt, yellow and black jobs.
Yes, they are yellow and black jobs. Right. Well, he's only 22, and he's going to need to score probably 3 times that. Because it's 12-4-2. 2 in 2. McConkey, by the way, let's not forget, is about to bowl his hat-trick delivery. And he's coming over the wicket. It's edged, and there's no slip, and it's going to go all the way down to third man. Oh, I know there are fielding restrictions, but if you've got a new right-hander in, you're going to bowl that ball. I suppose everyone's hindsight's a wonderful thing. But why on earth did they have a slip in for him? Good Lord.
Oh, yeah.
Takes it on
any
to 16.
Other format, any other time, probably would have had his heart in his mouth. But he got away with one there.
16 for 2. After 2.
Gaurav Pradeep Salaska says both New Zealand and South Africa never won a white ball trophy. That's not entirely correct. South Africa won the inaugural Champions Trophy, as I recall. Michelle Pfeiffer's with us, as is Eric J. and Gareth Davies. Gabe Owners. Yes.
I beg your pardon.
I know. Betty Holford, Professor Plummer, Greystoke 666. Speaking of Greystoke, there is a poll actually up on our YouTube.
Matt Henry's going to be over the wicket. Now, he does have a slip, a sort of a second slip. And that does get a bit of an outside edge, but it sort of wriggles its way to mid-off, and there was no run. There's a poll, Messrs. Tell us more.
Yes, the poll is simple. It's who will today's winners face in the final, England or India?
Lord. Well, there's Eden Gardens holds about 66,000, I think. And we are seeing quite a few empty seats. Now, I suppose it is the two neutral teams. That's clipped away. Very fine. It's going to be 4 runs for Markram, signalled by Richard Illingworth. Actually, no, it's 4 wides.
Yeah, no bat on that.
And no bat. Let's have another look. Oh,
Too
no, he
far away
followed it
from him.
with the bat. Tim Seifert went a tumbling. He couldn't get anywhere near it. And, well, I think just at the moment, Rich, South Africa won't mind wides, no balls, free hits. They'll just want to get some runs on the board, having lost 2 early wickets. It's a strangled appeal from Matt Henry. That was also on leg. Quicker ball,
Well,
kept a bit low.
Indeed, last time I was sitting in this chair for a South Africa game was the Super 8 game against India. And then the score was 21 for 3 or 22 for 3. Still went on to win handsomely, so the time for worry is not here yet.
No, I mean, one of the features, I think, of this World T20, we'll wait for Matt Henry, who's going to be in too. Aidan Markram, who defends this from the top of his off stump, steered out to cover, extra cover, fielded by Santner, I think, the captain, and they take a single. Now, there's been all this talk, definitively stated as though it was absolute fact, that this is a chasing ground. If you look at T20s overall, it's exactly, and this is all ever played here, 47-47, and that allows for games that were called off or whatever. So it's dead even on that front. We'll wait for Matt Henry. That kept low. Brevis had to jab down on that, push it to mid-on. There was no run. If you look at this World T20, the team batting first has won 4 and the team batting second has won 2. So that's 66% to 33% in favour of batting rather than bowling.
Well, makes small sample size.
Well, exactly.
Question without notice: is there a break-up by a day or a day-night? Because it might
does.
make a difference.
That's what, and it probably does. I'll give you the IPL stats in a minute. That's driven, but driven straight to mid-on by Brevis. There's no run. The last 5 T20s before this World T20, team batting first has won 3, the team batting second has won just 2. In the IPL in 2025, the team batting first won 4, the team batting second won 2. But if you look at all 100 games in the IPL since 1873 or whenever it started, that's defended by Brevis back to Matt
And that
Henry.
was just this year's edition.
It is 42% batting first to 57% batting second. So I think they're basing their entire assumption on IPL and not really looking at other things. 13, am I right in saying? Because it's all disappeared off the screen for 2 Messers.
Well, it's worth bearing in
22
mind
for
that
2, I beg your pardon.
the boundaries for this are going to be significantly bigger than they are for the IPL too. Leah says, hello all, I feel compelled to declare that de Kock's goose is cooked for obvious reasons. Jay Grover says, my normal hatred motivation is rendered impotent with these teams. So you just don't care, is that it? Parrot Mitchell says, I'd imagine Cock is more of stepping rather than the cooking goose time, notwithstanding the name. Lockie 6, come on, Kiwi, come on. Yes. Don't often get the chance to.
Well, this is pushed to mid-on off the bowling of, Lockie 6 has just tweeted us. I was about to say what a splendid name Lockie is, because it's a name of my grandchild. And this man is the bowler.
A piece of Byron Tate's. He's bowling. See him bailing at your head.
That one is edged all the way along the ground to a short third. Not what Markram intended at all. I think he was looking to work it to leg. That jingle's kind of one of Mog's more interesting mashups. It feels to me like Gregorian chant meets grindcore in a curious sort of way. What do you reckon? What do you reckon, Rich?
Well, I don't know anything about music, but I will say on the de Kock question, that's true. I can tell those two apart, but that's about as far as it goes. Someone can check me on this, but I'm pretty sure de Kock would actually have just been a reference to the man who does the cooking.
Lockie
Comes from
in.
a family of chefs.
Oh, what a stop that was! That was clipped to mid wicket, and it's Rashin Ravindra who is stationed there, and he dives to his right. If that was a piece of goalkeeping, you'd have been applauding it quite roundly. It's up in the air though. Was it a drop? It's a drop. Oh my! We won't applaud it. New Zealand have put one down. It was up in the air. It was not straight to him. He was on the dive. Lockie Ferguson has both hands on his head, as well Ravindra might have. Because although we've seen two catches, both of which fall into the terribly easy category, that's sweetly driven away through extra cover by Markram. Slightly uppish as well, but between cover and extra, and has gone for 4 runs.
Which is exactly what happens when you give a guy like Aidan Markram a chance.
Yeah, but so if difficulty rating for the first 2 catches that were taken was sort of 1 or 2 out of 10, you'd only rate that one, I reckon, as about a 5.
Yeah, I had 5 in my head as well.
And you really should be taking those. That one's full. It's driven out towards mid-wicket. Daryl Mitchell, not David Mitchell, does the fielding, puts in the throw to Seifert. They take another single. So 5 off the over for Lockie, which I think he'll settle for, providing the last ball doesn't get thumped over the boundary. But that could be a huge wicket, or a huge non-wicket. We've already seen costly drops in this tournament. Ask Zimbabwe, they will know all about them. You do wonder if that might just be another one.
Yeah, put that in the back of your minds, everybody.
27, says Richard, triumphantly. That's well played by Brevis, known as a big hitter, but he's got a bit of style about him. He stands tall, just angles the bat, steers it down to deep backward point, jogs a single, keeps the strike, Messers.
Mike says, grandchild, didn't know you're that old, Tony, you ancient man.
Well, you don't have to be old to have you have to be a certain age, logically.
You
but
don't.
There you go.
I've got an 18-year-old granddaughter at the moment. Jay Grover, the Emperor of Sheffield, has sent us another super chat for £5. Thank you, Jay. He says, in the lamented absence of the beloved Sean, let's guess what's on Tony's shirt. For once, it's not Dylan.
No, it's not, but it is a picture of a harmonica. I can't see what it says. It was a gift from my... What would she be? She'd be my sister-in-law if I was married. It was something I got at Christmas. She knows I like playing my harmonica. So it's got sort of bluesy references and a nice picture of a harmonica. So there you go. That's what that is. 28 for 2. Last over of our little trio.
Hooves one says, I have $10 and pride on the line with New Zealand.
Better spent on a super chat.
Well, yeah, give it a go. Jimmy Neesham, mixing it up a little bit, New Zealand. That's steered out. Half stopped. Was that our friend Ravindra again? I was going through long, yes, it was. It was a good stop. In fact, it wasn't him, was it? Yes, it was. He's diving full length, but not to his side, sort of belly flopping. But he'll be glad he did that. Not a chance, I have to say, this time. I like the lighting at Eden Gardens. We're looking from what I think is the high court end. But it's
sort of mood lighting almost,
it is
isn't
almost
it?
Like mood, it's like dashboard lighting in your car. That's down leg. That should be a wide. Markram will take it if it is. Yes, it is. You don't get any leeway these days. So it's one more to the score. 30 for 2. I can't remember if I even finished the point. One of the features, I think, of this World Cup has been early collapses, but sort of middle to lower order fight backs to still get to highly competitive scores. I seem to remember that happening quite a bit. And South Africa themselves having done it, I think. Jimmy Neesham, in he comes. That's driven, should be driven straight to extra cover it is, and there's no run.
And that feature of the World Cup should probably become less and less of a surprise as the years go by, because batters, I mean, almost everyone can bat now, and they're getting better and better in those lower orders.
Yeah, I think the days of the number 11 that can barely hold a bat have just largely gone. I don't think we've got Jimmy Neesham. Yes, we do. Here he is.
We'll teach him, Jimmy Neesham, unleash him, Jimmy Neesham.
In he comes. It's down leg, but it's met by Markram, who's dismissively just chipped this almost. But he's chipped it over deep mid-wicket all the way. There was literally no sense of power in that. I mean, it was a 9-iron. Let's just have a look.
That's Markram at his best. All timing.
It's gorgeous timing, plenty of wrist. And away it went for one of these. Gets an appreciative look back from Jimmy. I have to say, I like Jimmy Neesham's hair. It's got a hint of sort of early era Adam Faith about it.
Oh my God, you're going back now.
Just to prove I am old. That was pushed down to mid-on. He's going to come back for a second. He certainly should do. Did they run two, Rich? I think they did. Score moves on.
I was thinking.
No, just a single. 37 for 2. Why?
You made me think about getting old.
Oh dear. Grace Sake says, I like to play on my harmonica. Sounds awfully euphemistic to me.
I could have called it a mouth organ, which potentially sounds even worse. But there we go. There we go. 37 for 2. The score predictor on 173. I don't know if the two lads in the pub will just be warming up at the moment. It's a bit early for them. They're probably just having their first 2 or 3 pints. That's drilled away. That's a gorgeous shot from Dewald Brevis. Purveyor of fine power tools, and also excellent fours through cover, because that was a superb shot.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Well, he clearly enjoyed the shot, Rich, because the pose was suitably held, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I think that's going to get him going. A bit less risky than the one he played at the end of the last over.
Well, he's sort of already going. He's got 10 off 7. Aidan Markram 15 off 13. That's wide off. That's smashed away again. It's the narrowest of targets, really, if you're going to thread that ball between cover and extra. But he's found that gap. So 6, 7, 15 off the last 4 balls of that over. Means South Africa are starting to motor.
They've got an air about them.
And with that, a few messages from Messrs. We're due a bit of a change, I think, because Nick's coming in to join me.
And Clever Bradford is with us. He says, hello from icy Connecticut, USA. So is this going to be the better semi-final? Well, it'll be interesting. Tim Wilton Davis says, hi all. Jay Grover says, Caddick, Mullally, Tufnell, Giddens. Oh, my Hornby and my Barlow long ago. Proper tale. And Pirate Badger said this 2 euros, just says, logically, all Brevis shots are drilled. Ah, nice one.
I like that. That's really good.
Thank you, Pirate. Catch you later.
And Lockie Ferguson is going to continue. He's on the stumps. Markram pushes into the offside, and there is a single there. So it's been a slightly up and down start for South Africa with those 2 wickets and 2 balls, but this partnership is bringing them back into it. I had them heavy favourites before the game. What are we thinking now, T?
Ooh, a bit early possibly to be asking me that question. I would agree with them being heavy favourites, though. I still would say favourites, but 2 more wickets could change that.
2 more wickets is a big thing. Dropping Markram is dangerous. He scored a lot of quick runs in his tournament so far.
Exactly. Yeah, that seemed a huge moment, as this time Brevis defends and there is no run straight back to Lockie Ferguson. Well, they lost early wickets against India Bear and they made their way up to
187.
187 it was. They got probably the best middle order in the tournament, and Aidan Markram is really sort of taking that step to becoming one of the world's all-format players, right?
Exactly that. I mean, he is quality bat, and Yeah, you cannot be dropping him.
No, fairly straightforward drop from Ratchin Ravindra.
Catch, very straightforward catch.
As Ferguson's in again to Brevis, it's on his stumps. He works it into the leg side, but this is straight to Ravindra, so there's no run there. Couple of dot balls for Lockie in the last over the power play. South Africa 46 for 2. They got a bit of batting to come. What do we got? Stubbs, Miller, Janssen, Bosch.
Yeah.
And then you're into the out-and-out bowlers.
But all of those guys, I mean, you don't want Janssen and Bosch coming in too early. Although, didn't Bosch get a quadruple century?
They're going to be all right for
No, I think that was the other all-rounder. This is a little wider from Lockie, but it's pushed straight to the man on the offside, so there's no run again. He's putting some dots together. What's his name? Triple century bloke.
Triple century, South African.
South African, he was captaining. Does this ring any bells? Seam bowling all-rounder.
I thought it was Corbin Bosch, maybe it wasn't.
No, someone will have it in the
Marco
comments
Janssen.
for us. I think there's an M in there, but it's not Marco Janssen.
I'm sure it'll come up.
David Miller?
No.
He doesn't bowl so much, does he? I mean, he does bowl, but not you don't so often.
As this is down the leg side from Lockie, and it's going to be called a wide if it hasn't brushed anything on the way through. It is indeed a wide, so I'll have to bowl that one again. No, total brain fade there, but we'll get it eventually.
Someone who has a century in each format?
No, triple century for South Africa against Zimbabwe he scored. And
last year.
He was on to break Lara's record, and then he declared.
De Velt.
Yes, I do remember that, and that was extraordinary.
And he batted 3 in the World Test Championship final, if I remember. I can picture him, I just can't name him.
Yeah.
This is wide and short. Brevis plays a flashy sort of chop out to the man at deep backward point. It's just a single, well fielded by Cole McConchy on the boundary.
Someone help us out, because we're all having a senior moment, which is forgivable for me, just about forgivable for the Bear, but absolutely not for young Nick.
No.
Vice, Velt, Veet.
I've got Marco, but that's Jace is coming with it. No.
Van Fake. That might be it.
No, that's Logan Van Beek, isn't it? Here we go. It's short and wide. Oh, Markram flashes. It beats the outside edge, and I think it's hit Tim Seifert in the face. He's writhing in agony. That looked very uncomfortable. It burst straight through the gloves. Lockie is calling for a bit of medical attention. He's up and he's looking all right, a bit sheepish. There are 3 runs from the over, a quiet one to end the power play.
I think that was a drop as well.
Well, it was. He had a real flash at it, and it burst straight through the gloves and right onto the nose. We'll have to have another look. Bear and T both reckon.
Then it would have been really nasty.
That would have been a proper Mike Tyson, wouldn't it?
Well, Tyson or Mike Gatting. Do you remember the famous Mike Gatting
interview? I do indeed.
Where did it hit you? And he goes, there.
Who was that? I can't remember. It completely splattered his nose, didn't it?
It did, in the West Indies.
In Jamaica, I believe.
Right, shall we do some messages? Because I think that was the end of the over. Wow, they're coming piling in. I thought I knew where I was starting, and now I've got myself a bit lost. I might just have to... Why the fuck is Bear on the right? Now my world is destroyed, says
Mulder,
Jay Grover. Hello, Nick, says Gabe Owen.
Hi, Gabe.
What is the update on the Bumrah book? Are you feeling squeezed in the studio? I think that's 2 questions. Not related.
Not related. I am feeling squeezed, and the Bumrah book is with publishers, so until they tell me they hate it, I'm free for a little bit.
Perfect. Oh.
They paid you money.
They paid me a bit of money, Bear. They got more money to pay.
Tim Walton Davis says, I'm posh because I'm going to the theatre tonight. There you are. Wian Mulder. There's your answer. Is that right?
We got it, yeah.
Yeah, we did get Wian
We
Mulder.
found a bit of Googling.
Well.
In between overs.
You can thank Rohandley 3999. Who came up with that, so cheers for that, much appreciated. Banana Brooks, Jay Usurp from the Glory Hole seat. That's the one in the middle, I think, normally. Philip Shaw, 6016. Philip says, could you do a dandy fanzine about the gorillas? The Bear could be the Desperate Dan character who saves the day with computer problems at GCHQ, then relaxes with a 4-pack and a vape.
Yeah, and a spliff.
I think you're going to have to come up with possibly some more imaginative storylines.
I don't know about that.
Start.
What was it? Big Vern in what was Viz, wasn't
Big
it?
Vern was Viz, yeah.
Exactly, but Big Vern did exactly the same thing every week. Got paranoid and shot everybody.
He did.
Before
that's right.
killing himself, generally, wasn't it?
He did. Mulder, yes. Matthew Britska says Roland Kane, but we've already established that it's VM Mulder. Now loads of you,
Sam VM Mulder
are telling us it's VM Mulder, so I think we conclusively say VM Mulder is exactly who it is. Thank you all very much. Dana Scully, I don't know what that's got to do with anything.
Dana Scully?
Yeah.
That's X-Files, yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. This could be a case for Mulder and Scully. Got it. I'm with you now. I see the connection. Yes, I'm with you.
Also a tune by...
Cranberries or?
No. Catatonia. Yeah.
Catatonia. Scouse band.
No, Welsh.
Welsh.
She rolls her R's quite well.
Not as before my time as I've forgotten his name.
Adam Faith.
Adam Faith.
I mentioned him earlier.
Yeah.
That's the second time he's come up today.
I had to ask Bear who he was to.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And I described him as a kind of David Essex type.
Oh, that's what that conversation was about. Okay.
Yeah.
I sort of.
Well,
basically.
He affected a bit of a sort of a Buddy Holly voice. What do you want if you don't want money? What do you want if you don't want
I can't stand that shit, man. That's when rock and roll was
I may not have
rubbish.
been doing it full justice.
Yeah, I know, but no, I didn't like
He
that.
was the manager. Oh, he was Budgie. Do you remember Budgie?
Yeah,
the TV series
exactly.
Budgie?
That's why David Essex is also a fucking actor, wasn't he?
He was. Yes, he was.
Well, Mitchell Santner is into the attack for the first time in Kolkata. It's on the stumps, but Brevis rocks back and tries to cut it through the offside. Really dangerous stroke it
That
looked.
was right off the stumps, wasn't it?
Yeah, and full.
Yeah, he was quite flat and quick as well every once in a while. I don't think there's much in this wicket for the bowlers, to be honest. I think it's going to be, you're going to have to chase down a pretty big total.
Yeah, I would have thought so, and there's talk there might be a bit of dew around, so
Yeah.
South Africa will be wanting to get close to 200. Again, he's rocked back deep in his crease, played it off his stumps into the offside, but it's another dot. So neither Markram or Brevis really getting going yet. 16 or 15 for Markram, 15 or 14 for Brevis.
This is where you want, what's his name? God, today I had a spliff earlier, I can't remember
And the names
anybody's
are
name.
gone. As this time, Brevis plays around the crease. He doesn't hit it clean, but it bounces well in front of Mitchell at long on. So finally a single. He gets off strike, but it wasn't entirely convincing.
Yeah, no, beefy guy who had all the...
Centenor baby.
Sorry.
Get some drift.
he had all the videos about him during the New Zealand series that you were talking about last time, rock climbing and all that shit.
Oh, Glenn Phillips.
It's the kind of day that he needs to go mental.
Quite right, Bear. As there's going to be a leg by, it was on Markram's pads. He tried to turn it into the leg side, but it just clipped his front pad. They will get a single. So the field is spread now. We've got 3 back on the leg side, long on deep mid wicket, deep backward square, and 2 on the offside, long off and deep cover. Just got to hit it over them, really, don't you?
Yeah.
Brevis gives himself room. This time he does find the gap, but the man on the fence is going to field it. It is Glenn Phillips, all action, rock climbing, fishing, taking catches, keeping wicket,
Sheep
bowling
juggler.
spin. He does it all. And he fields. And so Santner has gone for 3 from his first 5. He finishes with a single. It's half stopped. Phillips in the business again. So 4 from the over.
It's pretty good over.
Very tidy over. South Africa 52 for 2 after 7 and not flying at the moment.
No, got one of these though.
YouTube Prime Super Chat.
It's from our friend the Earl of Sheffield. 5
all right, Jay.
fabulous English pounds.
Big up, Jay.
I really hope I hate Nick's new book, as I'm sick of being nice to him.
Jay, you're my PR man. What's
There
going
you
on?
go. Yeah, you are. It's a curious logic, but it's a logic, I suppose. Greystoke 666. He's off to see the Book of Mormon. You'll enjoy that. I love Mormons. They're hilarious. The Book of Mormon is very funny.
That is a very stupid religion.
Quite rude and great fun. I'm not going to comment on anyone's religion, but I can tell you the play is a delight and you will enjoy it.
Well, I am. Anyone who believes in a fucking bunch of gold and whatever it is, tablets buried in the fucking ground in Michigan or whatever it is, nonsense.
Well, here's a man with a point to prove, and he's got some paying back to do.
Yep, it's Rachin Ravindra bowling to the man he dropped. He starts with a bit of filth down the leg side, no turn. It is called a wide. So he's still got 6 to bowl. Aidan Markram is looking like he means business, but he hasn't got going just yet.
Well, 17 off 17, he's a couple of big shots, isn't he?
Here's Rachin, I'll play it quietly in the background for you.
This time it's on the stumps. Markram tries to turn it into the leg side, but doesn't get anything on it, so it's a dot ball there. Tim Seifert behind the stumps like he's still shaking off that shiner.
Yeah. Got right on the end of the nose, didn't he?
Yeah, I imagine that really hurt.
Yeah. Doesn't look like it broke his nose though.
No, it's still straight.
Yes, exactly.
Just a bit red.
Not splattered all over his face.
So we got a third umpire coming on for something. He's got a box. Doesn't look like a box of balls.
Looks like he's bringing out a video.
Yeah, it does look like an old school blockbuster.
The game's getting a bit boring, lads. I've bought you a video to watch.
No, it's dodgy fucking Bales they've gone.
Okay, so we got some issue with the Zing Bales.
Well, while they do that, Nick Vickers, I'm looking for a relatively decisive South Africa win today. Risky business putting the Saffers into bat. Tim Wilton Davis wants to know who wrote the Book of Mormon. I've yet to see it. Was it Trey Parker, the South Park
guy? I believe it was, yeah.
I think it was. Joe Grover says, Big Vernon 8 ace has glorious sitcom potential.
As it's short from Ravindra, Markram pumps it down to long on, but it's just one. So we haven't seen a boundary, certainly since we've been on Comms Bear. I don't think there was one the over before.
No, we don't.
So New Zealand exerting a bit of control here, and you feel that the longer these two go without hitting the fence, there's got to be a real tempo shift.
Yeah, they're more than capable of it, and they've got some hitters to come, and they've still got 9, 8 and a bit overs, 12 and a bit overs, haven't they?
Brevis tries to go big that time, but it skews off the inside of his bat out to Mitchell Santner at deep square leg. So it's another single 3 from Ravindra's first 3. He's bowling quite quickly, Rachin. That's up above 60 miles an hour.
I think they've seen there's not a lot of spin. It's darts all day today.
But
the problem with darts is eventually someone works out the pace you're bowling your darts at.
And then they become 60 mile an hour lobs.
Exactly.
This one is floated up, but it's going to be straight down long on's throat. Daryl Mitchell has taken a really good low catch. Markram looks like he's questioning it, but New Zealand, well, they're half celebrating. Mitchell has called for the screen. He's made a square image with his hands. The umpire repeats it. So we're going to have a look at this one again, and it might be
He should have caught it. It looked like he was lunging a bit at the end, like he misjudged the
wives and girlfriends of the South African team?
I reckon, T.
I'm not sure.
Because if they carry them round as sort of just a support group, I've got to say, I approve.
That was why I thought it was the wives and girlfriends. So it's low, but it looks like it might have been grounded. That's going to be really hard to tell.
No, he's got his fingers wrapped underneath that.
Well, how often does the fielder... No, I think that's through the field, through the hands and on the ground. How often does the fielder, be the bloke or lady or woman, who actually says, please, can we have a review of that?
That sheepishness does suggest.
That does suggest
but
to me
I think his fingers are wrapped
sure.
around it underneath it. If you look at the front view, his fingers look wrapped around underneath it.
I think that's the opinion of former bowler, the Bear.
Well, no, because I look where his fingers, I don't know. I mean, some of them you think it's obviously gone through. I'm not sure.
I think Daryl Mitchell's a lovely lad. If he's calling for a review of his own catch, he's really not sure. Oh, well, how wrong can I be?
I was right.
Bear's got it. Nitin Menon gives the red button. Markram is out. The catch is taken. So he has to go for 18 off 20. South Africa 55 for 3. We might see that replay a couple more times because I couldn't tell either way.
Well, we're going to go with a positive.
That must be Markram's lady.
No shame you can carry every time you're out.
Can we stop playing nice jingles for people? That should be number 11. Always.
No, that's harsh. Number 11, in case you're not looking, involves asking the departing batsman if they like sex and travel. In which case, well, you know the rest of that. 55 for 3. Well. Catatonia says Soph in KL. Soph in KL. Oh, Soph, yes. Catatonia, the band responsible for one of the best opening lines in pop history. I put horses' heads in people's beds because I am the mob.
Yes.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
They were a good band. Apparently she had mental health issues and went off the radar for a while. But they were great.
Soulwater, which is a fabulous name, says, after the tournament, please do a tier list of players based on their performance. He's asking us. I think we can do that. We'll get one of our lads to do it. When I say our lads, our Brighton lads.
Absolutely. It's not the kind of thing I can be asked to do.
I'm shocked, Bear. So David Miller comes to the crease off the back of Aidan Markram's departure. He is facing up to Rachin Ravindra, who's round the wicket, and that's aerial, but it bounces about 5 yards in front of Daryl Mitchell. He could have been in business again there.
What's going on here?
So he did give that one some flight to Markram, who really tried to muscle it. He was nowhere near the pitch of the ball.
He wasn't. He hit it too flat, didn't he? Didn't get underneath it enough.
Yep, didn't get the elevation he was looking for.
I still think that Daryl Mitchell kind of misjudged that. I think he could have caught that a little bit easier if he'd have taken another step or two in, and he had time.
Well, he comes out looking as honest as the day is long, doesn't he, for at least asking for the review.
He does indeed. As Brevis pushes into the offside, it's half stopped, so he sort of stands and waits in the middle of the pitch for a moment, but they do complete the single. 57 for 3 after 8, 5 from the over. New Zealand on top here, I reckon.
I think so. I still expect South Africa to get 170-ish, I'd have thought. And if they're in 170, they're definitely in the game. I think anything over 170 is never easy.
No, I'd agree.
Rarely. I mean, a couple of times it has. I mean, South Africa chased down the Windies, didn't they, very easily when they got 170. But that's the first time I've really seen. I mean, it really does rely on your opening partnership actually getting going. As we were discussing over there, actually, you know, part of the reason all the middle orders have come to the fore is because a lot of top orders have been pretty fucking flaky.
They have indeed, and I think we're going to see more and more of that as the sort of modus operandi
it is
go
the
really
modus
hard.
operandi, isn't it? I mean, you've got license, haven't you, as 1 and 2 to basically go out there and smash it out of the park, and if you don't get away with it.
So Santner continues. Brevis gives himself room, and that is massive. He's pumped that off the back foot over cow corner. It's well into the stands for 6.
Yeah, I don't think you can say anything other than that.
The number of the day really hops and kicks. The number of the day is 6.
Pretty bad ball there, wasn't it? It was a drag down.
It was a rank long hop.
Yeah.
But I'm a huge fan of this young man, Daryl Brevis.
Yeah, he's got really quick,
fast hands.
Die Welt. Got to extend the E.
Die Welt. He lit up the Under-19 World Cup a few years ago, and just such a talented cricketer. This time he gives himself room again, but goes through the offside. Along the ground, it's just one out to the man at deep cover. I think the other thing South Africa have got going for them is that their bowling attack, if you think T20 is sometimes a kind of weak link game, they don't really have a weak link.
No, and if this pitch is more pacers wicket, they've got some pretty good pacers.
Yeah, I think they've got 4 in there, don't they?
Yeah.
Janssen, Rabada and Gidi, who's been doing so well with his slower balls, and Corbin Bosch, who's been going really well too.
Exactly. And when they all want to be, I mean, and Gidi's the slowest of them all, really, isn't he? The rest of them are all up near the 90s.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Gidi can still touch up to 140.
Yeah, he
when
can
he gets
do. He
going.
doesn't do it often, though.
So Santner is going to come over the wicket to the left-handed Miller, who pushes that into the offside. It beats the man at short cover. They will just be 1.
I have to say, Gidi's wife's quite hot.
I haven't seen her, so I couldn't comment there. But I was got to say, the general standard of South African wives was
pretty good
to my liking.
I think we should go. I think we should get off this quite quickly.
I reckon.
I think we should
this
move
seems like we might get ourselves into trouble here.
It could do.
As we look at a big bald man who looks like part of the South Africa.
Who's next to a bloke who's got all of his hair.
Yeah.
And his own.
Mark Cucurella.
Yeah, he did very much the
big afro. Yeah.
Santner's going to come back round to Brevis, who's moved to 26 off 20. He's wide on the crease, and
clever.
that might be a wide. No, Brevis
way.
backed away. But so if you move towards it, the umpire gives you a bit of extra room. If you back away, do you not get the same?
No.
Well, and I think Mitchell Santner saw exactly. Brevis had stepped back about half a yard, possibly a full yard. He'd really And he did it so early, Mitchell Santner just corrected it and pushed it where he couldn't have reached it.
Well, Brevis is backing away every single ball, and this time he cuts it off his stumps. There should be 2 out to Glenn Phillips in the deep. I think there was... No, they did just single. So good fielding from Glenn Phillips. Maybe not the sharpest running from South Africa. Do you not think that rule should be a rule? So
what?
if you back away before the bowler's come into his action...
That's your decision as a batsman.
That's your decision as a batsman.
Yeah. Fair enough. I'm always coming from a batter's perspective.
Well, then you could make virtually anything into a wide, couldn't you?
Well, I guess so. But you'd have to really
It's
run.
like they don't give leg side wides now if you go right across your stumps, and rightly so, because if you go right across your stumps and it barely misses leg stump.
As Miller finishes the over with a single, so we are through 9. What's coming on the socials, T?
Loads. Shining Night, good morning from Ottawa. Hope you're all doing well. Yes, we are.
Morning, Ottawa.
Morning, Ottawa.
Brackjan says 180 for South Africa. I think they'd want more, but they have lost those 3 wickets.
180 would be a decent score.
200 is where Saltwater is saying, and he reckons New Zealand are going to fall short by about 40. So there you go. We'll try and listen to the rest of the game anyway, just in case it doesn't turn out like that.
Yeah. For them to get to 200, what, they need 120 off 11. That's doable.
Tacticaloki. That's a drop. You can literally see the bounce. Well, yeah, that's what we thought. But crucially, Nitin Menon was the 3rd umpire. And it's not
I don't
what
think
he
you could
thought.
see the bounce. It was a question of whether it went through his fingers that were split and hit the ground, or whether he had his fingers underneath it. I thought he had his fingers underneath it.
So Ratchin continues. This has gone miles up in the air. It's going to take some catching,
and
it's dropped.
Oh no!
It was Lockie Ferguson running around, I think. And no, it was Glenn Phillips.
He never drops anything. He's action man.
He is action man, but it was hard, Barry. He must have covered about 30 yards.
You're going to win shit. You got to catch shit.
He got himself into a good position to catch it.
He did. That's a terrible drop. Maybe it is this ground. Maybe you just can't see it.
Yeah, well, the sort of flashing Eden Gardens lights could be causing trouble because he was in a good position, but he was still on the move. He didn't get himself sort of settled under it, did he?
No, but it never even went in his hands, did it? It went straight past his hands into his chest.
Straight into the old belly. It was.
I think he might have been going for a bit more Hollywood than he needed to, because he sort of dives sideways almost when I'm not sure he needed to.
Well, as Miller works this one out to Glenn Phillips again, the ball is following him around. That'll be just a single.
I mean, they've dropped 2 catches now. You know, if they get out of this, they got to count themselves lucky, because you know, people like Miller, I mean, even to a certain degree, Markham didn't cost them too much, but I mean, it's just
he didn't
get any hands at all on that.
I think
went
he
right through.
Thought he had to cover more ground than he did, and then he was trying to sort of slow up and got a bit caught in the turf. As this time Brevis goes big, I don't think he's got all of that. No, he has. It's huge.
One hand.
It's 10 rows back. What do I know? So it's the second really big 6 Brevis has hit in the last couple of overs.
How far could he have hit that with both hands? What a shot. Oh, okay, he did hit it with both hands.
Well,
took the
top hand came off, and he wasn't quite there. I didn't think he got it at all, but it's gone 90 metres well into the crowd, and you can see the anguish.
Well, he didn't drop him, but that's
face.
not the point, is it? I mean, you just want to get wickets. Wickets slow things down. Miller's a big one to get as well. You can't.
Really big one.
He's on what, 3 or something?
And he's so experienced in these.
Knows how to time an innings, how to finish an innings.
So Ravindra continues round the wicket to Brevis. It's straight and it's pumped straight back at him, so there's no run there. A much needed dot ball as South Africa just turning the screw. They're 76 for 3 after 9.4. So 100 off the last 10 would get them up to around 180. I think they'll be looking for that as a minimum.
Yeah, you'd have thought so. 10 overs, none 100. Easy. I think get more than that.
This time Brevis threatens to back away, but he doesn't. He pumps it out through cover. I'm not sure who did the fielding there, but it's fielded well. It's Cole McConchie, who I always want to call Luke.
Yeah.
I don't know why, T.
Because you're thinking of Luke Ronke, maybe?
Maybe that is good old Luke Ronke.
Who played for both Australia and New Zealand, if you recall.
Yes.
I do. Wicket keeper over the batting.
Batter,
That was the fella.
He was another. He opened, didn't he, for a while for New Zealand T20 especially.
And Miller has pumped that. It's gone high. Has it got the distance? No, it doesn't. And Darryl Mitchell is under that one. He takes a straightforward catch. So no one will be breathing easier than Glenn Phillips. David Miller has gone for 6. South Africa now 77 for 4 after 10.
Now that makes it interesting.
Fuck off! Just fuck off!
That's more like it, Tone.
I'm not doing that for everyone.
Good
And to be honest,
stuff.
I don't know he deserved that one. But there we go. I just thought I'd throw one in to keep you happy, Bear. David Miller, though, if he has a bad day, that doesn't bode quite so well for South Africa, does it?
Doesn't. I mean, they've still got the Walt Brezis who could get them on single-handedly a decent score.
What do you change?
We are indeed.
We are doing. Is that the end of the over as well?
It is. Who's on? I can't remember. Don't tell me.
Jace and
and
those
out.
two.
Well, Messers.
And we're all out.
We're all off. Someone else is in. Jace is the number 47, 26, 33, 49 and 12 buses have got him here just in time to join you.
Gabe Owens has pointed out there's a super chat. He thinks you missed from Jay Grover for £2. He says, did Tony just question my steel trap logic? Shame. Thank you for drawing that to our attention, Gabe. And we're back with Richard and Jason. Welcome.
Just in time. I mean, what a moment.
Well, how are you feeling now? Dare you even watch this, Richard?
Well, what a wonderful way to start my second stint. I mean, the thing that strikes me is in the last few overs, it feels like they feel there's an obligation to hit everything in the air. Someone needs to tell them
they've got enough. But
you are allowed to hit it on the ground. You can have a look later.
I wasn't really impressed with David Miller's shot, particularly after he'd been given a life by Glenn Phillips' drop.
Indeed, this aerial strategy could have actually cost even more than it has, and 77 for 4 is not looking that wonderful as it is.
Anyway, it brings a man to the crease. It's going to be this guy, although he's not facing at the moment.
Stubbs to cheer Tristan for 8. He offers more for what he's paid. He can bat and bowl and even keep. It's time that Stubbs he made the lead.
Jimmy Neesham looking to improve on a first over that went for 17. It's a good start. Dot ball defended straight back to the bowler by Brevis.
Yeah, it's gun barrel straight. If we look at the dismissal again, and that's too far really to go forward. He needs to get closer to the ball if he's going to play that shot, because he's just gone underneath it and scooped it up and got height rather than distance.
Yeah, and wouldn't there have been 2 there? Very, very safe. The same fielder without running the risk of ending back in the clubhouse.
I thought so. I think he'd have. No, it's a fairly innocuous ball. He could hit 1, possibly 2 anywhere.
Well, there's that as well. This one is caught in the covers. Neesham's second over is going wonderfully well as he has now snared Dierwald Brevis for 34, and he is pumped with that one as South Africa tumble to 77 for 5.
You silly little boy, what on earth were you playing at? Oh! Batter, batter, batter. Batter, batter, batter. Batter, batter, batter. On your bike, mate. Bye-bye.
Got the first batsman today who's looked a little bit caught in 2 minds. What do you reckon, Jason?
Well, that's the worst thing that could have happened when you've got 1 wicket that's gone down, possibly unnecessarily at the other end. So that's 2 wickets in 3 balls, and 2 guys on naught at the crease now, and a lot of pressure on them to take it deep into possibly the 18th over before they lose another wicket.
Yeah. Well, Shining Knight asks a crucial question. He says, I'm wondering how Richard is feeling now. I think Richard's loud noise probably let us know that.
Yeah, also, I'm quite sweaty, but that has a lot to do with the fever I've been carrying since Saturday.
I thought it had to do with wearing a Hooters T-shirt.
It is quite a warm as T-shirts go.
Well, Messi, is South Africa's goose cooked yet?
Oh, well, we shall see, we shall see.
Unlike the goose behind you.
And if de Kock really does mean chef, you can play around with that as well.
You just fucking made that one up.
Look it up. What is a chef in Dutch? Here's Nisham again. It's Janssen on strike, who's just tipped away into the leg side. A nice, sensible, safe shot, which I think is exactly what this batting order needs for a little while.
Yeah.
And he gets one.
I'll jiggle him up now as well.
You think Marco would play polo, but there's more money in cricket.
That's a poor shot by Brevis. I mean, man was at extra cover. He's the only really man in the ring, and he hasn't had to move more than about a yard.
That's the thing, and it's a nothing ball again. It seems like they've decided they need 250 at this venue. I don't know if the pitch is
do you wonder whether it's the ball and or the pitch. I mean, Bear thought the pitch was a bit of a belter. There was not much in it for the bowlers, but maybe there's
Niche into Stubbs, who just dinks it back past the bowler. In comes Long on to do the fielding, 1 run.
Maybe as the ball gets just very slightly more worn, there's more in it for the bowlers in terms of timing and problems.
Yeah, I think that timing has also been not great since ball 1 from the SA batsmen. So if it's going to get tougher from here, then good luck.
Score predictor's gone massively down now. It's down to 152, which I don't know. I think it's somewhat below par on this ground.
Nisham into Janssen, who just works it down towards third man for an easy single. There have been very few balls hitting the stumps, I would have thought, today. And at no point was pressure built up to the point where you thought South Africa needs to hit its way out of trouble. And yet you've had the feeling that's what these batters have been trying to do. I'm fascinated to see what other people feel about that.
I think it's the fact that South Africa have gone well has maybe got to their heads a bit.
It's definitely one way you could look at it. And then there's also the weight of history. As Nisham comes in, it's outside off stump, played respectfully into the covers by Stubbs. 80 for 5 after 11.
Okay. Tim Walton Davies is lifting the tone considerably by quoting a little bit of Albert Camus. He says, "In the depth of winter, I finally learned that there was in me an invincible summer." Thank you for that, Tim. Guiding Knight says, "Messi, can you show the others how are you excellent at keeping up with the chat?" Well, it is a multiple monitors thing to a certain extent. It's a lot easier doing it at home than it is in the studio, I can tell you, because I've got everything set up nicely in front of me. Bradman would not be happy, says Greystoke.
No, Bradman famously used to say to everybody, if you keep the ball on the floor, you can't get out.
Yes. But then Bradman would have been shit at T20. I mean, what did he hit? 4 sixes in his whole career or something?
No. 4 sixes in test matches. In first class, he hit quite a lot more, but in test matches, he played it along the floor, and nobody could get him out anyway. So
we've got spin in the form of Ravindra to continue. It's a real dart, and just played away too long on for 1 by Janssen.
Yeah, I think there's very much a plan, I think, at the moment to bowl the ball into the deck and get it to grip and perhaps stop away slightly to try and put off the timing. And I wonder why, maybe if that's the reason why Glenn Phillips hasn't bowled, because he floats the ball up a little bit more.
Yeah, it's a fair point, and if that's the plan, South Africa haven't really responded very well to it. This one is probably hitting middle stump, back goes Stubbs, finds the fielder in the deep on the offside. He'll trot 1 single. Didn't seem like South Africa have had a strategy so far to deal with that type of bowling, other than just to try to put the pressure back on. And there are other ways.
Yes, you don't always have to fight fire with fire.
Exactly.
No, there's a fire triangle. There's 3 ways to get rid of it.
Halfway through the innings. Ravindra again to Janssen. No run. He cannot pierce the ring with that one. I was pleased to hear that someone from Ottawa mailed, socialed in earlier, where I recently experienced the coldest day out of my entire life at minus 23 degrees with wind chill up to minus 34.
Oh,
this one is going to be easy single down to long off.
Yes.
My memories of Ottawa are bright, clear, and cold.
Effing cold, I think is the word.
Is it still that temperature, Mr. Ottawa person, or has it thawed just a little? I look forward to the answer on that one as Ravinder continues left arm around the wicket. Stubbs uses his feet a little bit. He knows he's going to have to be the glue in this innings, so he uses his feet but keeps it to a non-aggressive shot for a single down to long off.
What's interesting is we're going to find out now whether Jansen has got the gears in between first and fourth. Because I have this perception of him as being a big hitter, but not a lot in between in terms of working the ball around.
Well, he tries to, it was a bit of an in-between shot he just played, but tried to sweep it around the corner. It was fielded. There's no run, 84 for 5, South Africa after 12.
I can tell you it's currently 2 degrees in Ottawa, getting down to minus 3 tonight.
Thank you.
That's quite all right. It's my job. Tactical Koki says Viv Richards and probably Kapil Dev are the two guys from Bygone area that I would think would have made great T20 players. Yes. Hey, welcome to Ottawa winters. We get plus 35 in the summer and minus 40 in the winter, says Shining Knight. And Jay has sent us a £5 super chat. Thank you, Jay. For anyone who'll punch Richard in the face for wearing a Hooters t-shirt and doing bad Aussie trucker accents.
I didn't do any today.
No, that's true. You haven't yet.
Santner around the wicket to Stubbs. And my picture's gone a bit fuzzy, but I think the result is the dot ball.
Yes, it was punched quite hard into the covers. It was a sliding dive. It was deflected the ball towards Santner, who then ran and did a sliding dive to pick it up, but then people were not interested.
Thank you, Jason. Santner plays, Stubbs plays this one out into the deep for a single off Mitchell Santner.
The other point about having Phillips bowling is when Phillips is bowling, he's not fielding either, so you are losing both two ways around potentially. With a slightly lesser bowler and a slightly lesser fielding lineup.
Well, the bookies have New Zealand massive favourites at the moment. South Africa are 4-1.
Santner comes in and bowls around the wicket. It's going to be a single down to long off.
Yeah, this is very much a consolidation at the moment to get something that their gun lineup of bowlers can at least try to defend.
The next one from Santner, it's leg sidey, worked out into the deep. Will be time for a single there.
And the interesting thing about it is that if South Africa do get away and win this match in the end, they'll have done it with a completely different bowling strategy probably than New Zealand, because they don't have the spinners to bowl a lot of overs of spin. They've got Maharaj and a bit of Markram potentially.
Yeah, so reverse sweep here from Jansen. The ball ends up in where slip would ordinarily be. So there's a bit of jiggery-pokery behind the stumps, but he will stay on strike after a dot ball. That's what will go in the book.
Yeah, Santner was laughing because as Lockie Ferguson came into field that from short third man, he slipped and was basically caught it on the slide with his feet forward.
Nice when things work out like that. Last ball of the over is an edge. Is it going to go all the way to the boundary? Yes, there is. There's not enough fielders there to stop it.
Wow.
Jansen grabs for South Africa, 91 for 5.
And if you kids can't listen, then you bound to see the way you get shot for crossing a boundary,
Loki says, whenever I see Jansen with the bat, he just looks like he's not at all interested in batting. It's like, I don't want to bat. Can I have the ball now? Hope he doesn't go aerial too early. Robert McKenzie says, saying hello from Jamaica. Collis King would be a great T20 player. Remember him?
I do remember him. He made a significant contribution to the 1979 50 over, or 60 over at that point, World Cup, with 86 as when Viv got 138, and England just went off too slowly in the response. But he and Richard savaged the fifth bowler for a load of runs.
Yes. Jay says, Richard, I've read your book. Thou will sin again.
Another uneventful single down to mid-off. I'll have to have a look at that one. I didn't understand it.
He knows. He's basically saying he knows what you're like. It's a result of having read your book, so he knows you're not going to stay on the straight and narrow.
No, probably not. Although I am getting on.
That's no guarantee.
Ravindra again. This one's quite full, and Janssen cannot hold back. The question is, has he cleared the ropes? In this case, he has. 6 runs.
Let's talk about 6. Let's talk about 6. Let's talk about 6. Let's talk about 6.
Yeah, classical little chassé down the wicket. Well, not one little chassé because he's a big man, so every step goes a long way. And then just used the long levers he had to plonk it straight over the boundary, 15 yards back.
Yeah, there was little doubt about that one. Plenty of margin for error, as it turned out. This one is played more conservatively into the acres of space through mid-wicket. He'll get himself down the other end and bring Stubbs back on strike, who is on a quiet 6 from 8 balls. That big 6 there was just the first sign of aggression we've seen from South Africa since that double wicket, which is fair enough. 77 was the score on which both those wickets fell. We're now on 99. Will the 100 come up? Ooh, there's almost a wicket for New Zealand as it pops up on the leg side. Short leg would have been all over that, but of course there isn't one. And
I thought Seaford was going to get that.
Try.
I thought he was going to get there. I thought, no, he looked a little bit hammer-strung when he tried to chase it. Well, as we look at it, I think that was straight off the pad anyway.
It wasn't an elegant attempt, whether it was a chance or not. Anyway, dot ball. Ravindra will be happy with that. Here he is again to Stubbs. It's quite wide. Stubbs hits it out into the ring. They're going to... Ooh, they think about a run, but Janssen is sent back and he makes it. If anyone can reach for...
Well, that was unfortunate all round because I think he turned a wide into a dot there. That was out over the advisory line, and he hit it straight to the extra cover fielder, who was Santner.
My question to you, Richard, is what's Janssen doing at 7? Ridiculous.
Well, at the moment he's playing it down to long on for another single to complete the over, and we're into 3 figures, 101 for 5. I think it's about where he belongs. He comes off sometimes.
It looks like a 10 at best.
Farong says, I work with a lad from Winnipeg. He said to me, Farong, minus 40 is minus 40. It's currently 30 degrees C here in Savadan Meket in Laos. Wow. Thinking of... Oh, sorry. Mark Hoare says, Safa here, Vienna resident like Richard, but in Bracknell at the moment, going to Tesco shopping because whenever I leave the room, things improve.
Yeah, however you can help, whatever you can do to weigh in is much appreciated. Thanks for tuning in, Vienna South Africans.
I'd say we're on the telling them that I do this. Probably. Yeah. Lockie says, head-to-head South Africa versus New Zealand in ICC. I think South Africa's won all the time. Maybe today is New Zealand's time. Yes, I think that's correct.
ICC knockouts, not always. Maybe T20.
Yeah, T20, I think that's certainly true.
Yeah, but there's plenty of scarring in the 50-over format. Don't go there.
Tim Wilton Davies says, I reckon anyone can win, apart from Australia. Australia's moved on. The footy season starts on Thursday. Nobody gives a shit about cricket anymore. Although, that being said, the test match between the Australian women and Indian women starts at the WACA on Friday.
Oh, lovely.
And it's going to be 39 degrees. Thank you very much, despite the fact that it's autumn.
You're not going to miss a chance to go and sit at the whacker and roast slowly, are you, Messrs?
Well, I mean, luckily I've got a membership, so I'll be able to be in the air conditioning if I go. But I hate it when it's hot. Really
so, if you buy a membership to the Western Australian Cricket Association, does that get you into the reserve at both stadiums?
Yes, that's right, and all the Big Bash League games and everything.
Superb, nice and simple.
Yes.
Yeah. It's almost exactly a month until first-class cricket starts in the UK as well. On Good Friday, of all days.
When it will snow, probably. Tactical Koki says, why are there so many drop catches nowadays? Isn't it the belief that fielding and training has gotten way better in present day? There seem to have been quite a few drop catches in this T20 World Cup, much more so than I've seen in the last few years, to be honest.
I made the point earlier that I think this stadium is not exactly easy to catch in, particularly with the ring of lights up, with high catches and the ring of lights up in the top of the stands. I think there's a number of people who've mentioned they found it hard to sight balls.
Ferguson to start the last over of our stint here. It's just dropped into the offside by Janssen, a little behind square. He'll get a single. Indeed, he doesn't always look elegant, but he can strike it clean when he does strike it clean. Yeah, you wouldn't say no to him being lower down the order.
No,
that way.
He looks a little bit uncoordinated. That's just because he's long and lanky.
That could be just, the deceptive thing about him.
But I don't think he is long and uncoordinated. You can't be a professional sportsman without some level of coordination.
Oh, I don't know.
This one's on the hip of Stubbs from Ferguson, so there'll be a easy single there to square leg.
There are some decent bowlers around who look absolutely totally uncoordinated when they come into bat.
Chris Martin famously was absolutely hopeless for New Zealand.
Those were the days. Ferguson into Janssen. It's driven out towards a pair of men converging on the boundary. In the deep
that
covers.
Busy bee Glenn Phillips again, who's taking it off. I think it was Mark Chapman behind him.
Couldn't quite pick that out. They're showing Mitchell Santner on the screen.
Greystoke's going to dob me in. He says, Messier, I feel compelled to call the RSPCA about you and your goose. Well, I'm the one who needs protection. The goose gets very aggravated if it doesn't get fed. So I'm the one in danger here.
Ferguson to Stubbs. And Stubbs will help himself to 1. As the ring can't quite react to that drive in time to cut him off.
Well, no, I thought that was an excellent stop by the guy extra cover. Otherwise, that was possibly through for 4.
So it bounced off the one fielder into the other and looked worse than it was. Got a no ball.
Yeah, and it's going to be a free hit because it's a front foot no ball.
I remember South Africa got 2 of these when setting a target for India. They punished them both. And it was 12 runs to their total. Now, can Janssen make sure this goes for the maximum? Free hit time, absolutely not going for the maximum. It's right up in the block hole. They are only going to get a single as Matt Henry fields it on the ring at mid-off. So not too costly for Lockie Ferguson.
Looks at the bottom of his bat. It's a long way down there.
Here he comes again, does Ferguson. Stubbs on strike. Stoke plays it a little bit uppishly through the mid-wicket region, but there's no one there, so that'll be 1 run. And if I can just clean up a order of business from earlier, I did actually double-check that a cook in English
Yes, I concede.
as cock in Dutch and also Afrikaans. So if anyone is going to serve up goose, it'll be Quinton.
I can hear the
Ferguson to Janssen, who has a... he's I think let that go. In the end, it goes through to the keeper. 108 for 5. There are 5 overs to go, and we need to clear these seats.
Yep, I'm staying on, but I think there will be people joining me once they realise.
Claudia Gonzalez says Tristan and Marco getting easy singles just to keep the flow and start taking risks when 17th over, 18th over, a wicket just kills them on the spot. Yeah, they certainly need to get something moving. They've only got 5 overs. They need 60 more runs at least.
And we've been joined by the Bear is joining me to take us through, and we've been joined by who have we got online? It's
Arnav. Hiya Jason, hiya Bear, how you guys doing?
Yeah, good. You?
All good, all good. Bit of a collapse from South Africa, isn't it?
Yeah, I was expecting more from them. Santa around the wicket. It's wide, it gets the treatment, but out to fielder on the boundary. It'll just be one. The McConchy out there. Yeah, they're in trouble here. They might not struggle to get to 160.
Well, double wicket at 77 in 2 and 3 balls was an absolute killer.
Yeah, true.
What do you guys reckon about Mitchell's catch of Markram?
I thought it was okay, actually. I mean, I can understand why he asked. That was played back to the bowler and there's no run. I did think he got his fingers underneath it. The question was, he definitely got his hand underneath it. The question was, did it burst through his hands and hit the ground? And that's a hard thing for the umpire to say. I mean, he bowls are wide to Santa.
I don't think you can ever really tell with a long lens how.
No, exactly that.
That's no, and it's so.
Would you guys give a benefit of doubt to the batter in that situation?
No, not really. I just think you got to look at the evidence and make a decision. Either way, one team's not going to be happy, are they? That one is played out in the to a square, and they'll get themselves a single. It's tricky. Sometimes it's really obvious, but I didn't think it was really obvious then. Santner arrows that into the pads. Stubbs can't get it away. Goes out to short third man off his pad, and there is no run.
I'm wondering whether they've missed the trick by not putting enough spinners in their side, South Africa, because it's tying them up all over the place.
It is. Yeah, no matter how well you bowl pace, it's always got the opportunity to go. That's a filthy wide from Santner. Second in the over. So that's only 4 off the over. Really going to have to go some. I suppose they get 10 and over off the last 4. They go up to 150. That's not. You wouldn't have thought that's enough. That one's driven out to cover. There is no run. What's Eden Garden? I can't remember what's Eden Garden's played like throughout this tournament. Arnav, do you know what roughly the average score is here in the first innings?
I thought it was 180.
Well, we saw 195 and that being chased down in the India-West Indies game, so it's a surprise to see this kind of turnout today.
Well, yeah, it's just the same pitches. No, I don't actually use pitches. It's a semi-final. You wouldn't have a semi-final on a used pitch, or at least you wouldn't think so.
I don't think it's the same one.
No.
I just think it's next to it. Yeah, but just completely contrasting to it, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. That one is just played out to the covers. They go for the single anyway. As a shot stumps the bowler's end. I think he'd have been in anyway. Thought about
it's miles in. He's almost run straight over the ball.
Pretty nasty throw.
What is it? Wonder if it's a Kiwi England funnel, says Gareth Davis. Will Bazlet duck it open the bowling? No. That is Kiff says, as a South African, I have come to terms with the fact that in my lifetime I will never see us lift a World Cup trophy.
Well, you might do.
You won the World Test Championship.
You won the World Test Championship, and that was a good victory.
And the next ODI World Cup is in South Africa, so you never know.
Yeah. I mean,
Lockie says, at this point, 160 should be their aim. Anything above that will be good, yes.
Well, absolutely. 160 is looking a bit far away at the moment. Matt Henry is back into the attack. First ball is full. It's just played up to long on. There's no. Someone's got to hit some big sixes. Stubbs only got 13 off 18. He can hit big. Jansen's a bit more iffy.
A bit more flaky.
Yeah, definitely. And then you've got Corbin Bosch, who can also hit. Rabada can hit sixes.
Well, They can all hit, and they're all going to have to, I think.
Well, they're going to have to, and I suppose there is only 4 overs left, so they don't really have to worry about it too much. Henry coming in to bowl to Janssen. Bowls it short.
So wide. That's got almost a no ball.
Well, presumably it's
so
wide. Yeah, there's been a lot of wides in the last couple of overs. They're in a good position here, New Zealand. Just be sensible. Try and get the dot balls, or just give away singles. Bowl to your field.
Well, I mean, I can understand why they don't want to let the long levers of Henry Janssen loose. So they want to bowl things which he can't free his arms for.
Well, yeah, but maybe bowl into his body then. Well, there you go. That one he's got hold of.
Oh, he's just wow.
Yeah, just picked that up. That was on a length on his off stump, and he was able to pick that up sweetly and smash it over long on.
That's one of these. Oh, we have a super chat as well for your benefit, Bear. Jacob sent us £2 to render his disgust of Bear drinking water.
It's all right. I've already had a beer, Jay, and I'm going back to beer, but I don't want to waste my water. And now that I peloton every day and I'm kind of fit and healthy, I guess
chasing your beer with water.
Exactly. You have to drink a certain amount of water every day. Henry in. That one is again driven at, chipped quite powerfully. One bounce down a long on. Just be a single. Going to need a few more 6s though, one would suspect. At least another 4. A couple of 4s. Some other
I think
runs.
Stubbs really needs to put his foot on the accelerator. 13 of 18 is not the score you want at this point in the match.
No. Are you coming in tomorrow, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you are. It's going to be a grudge match tomorrow.
Can't miss that with you guys. Yes, yeah. I mean, since I started here, it's the first time England are facing up.
Well, exactly. That's pulled and pulled well by Stubbs. Bisects the team. Who's that guy with who looks like Bob Marley, kind of, with the Bob Marley hair?
Isn't it? Even I've been wondering.
Yeah.
In the South African bench, isn't it?
Well, exactly. That's pulled. And pulled well by Stubbs. And he's bisected.
And if you kids can't listen, then you bound to see the way you get shot for crossing a boundary.
And this is turning into a good over. 6-4. I recognise him actually. I'm sure I've seen him before.
The guy with the very curly
afro. He's got a big afro. That one's full and chipped by Stubbs up towards long on. And they'll get a single, so what's that? 6-4, 1-1, 14 off this over with 1 ball to go. It's not a bad over. 4 overs of that, that's 50 runs, isn't it? It gets them up to about 165, 170. Which I think is the minimum. Tomorrow, what's the pitch like to be? I can't remember all the bloody venues we played at.
It's Wankaday.
It's Wankaday, and it looks grassy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I
mean, completely unlike what you expect the pitch to be at Wankaday. So I think they're trying to make pitches for like thriller kind of games. So
low
games
scoring,
go right to the wire. Low scoring and right to the wire. Yeah, probably. This one is going the same way as well. So
thought that was a really good chase by India the other night against West Indies, though. That one's played down, jabbed out. It's a very full ball by Matt Henry, almost a Yorker, jabbed out by Stubbs at the end of the over to get himself a single on the offside.
Banana Book says Henry looks impotent with that swing, but he finished off the over quite well. He had 2 good balls towards the end, where it's right in the block hole and can't get away. New Zealand politely throwing it away, so extra fluffo, and given the number of extras they've started to concede.
Well, yeah.
Who is nicer, says Tim Wilton, Canadians or Kiwis? Well, in the niceness contest, I think that would be a joint winner.
Yeah.
Benny Goodman was keen of swing, says Eric J. If you know, you know.
Benny Goodman, no.
And there are lots and lots of other people talking about bits of reggae. So not Bob Marley, maybe Peter Tosh, says Windy Fanatic.
Yeah, I bet Peter Tosh, yeah.
Rastafari, says Tim Wilton. Tony Dazorzi, says Jay Grover. That's who it is.
Ah, right. That's why.
Which does make sense.
That completely makes sense. And probably we don't see him often with his helmet off. and maybe ties his hair back or has it in cornrows when he's playing. Jimmy Neesham is going to bowl his 3rd over, I think. And his first one went for a lot. The second one he got a wicket. And his
17 in the post one.
Huh?
17 in the post one.
Yeah, and then he got the wicket of Markram, didn't he, in the end, in the second one?
Yeah.
Oh. No, not Markram, it was a guy who came.
Brevis.
Brevis.
Got Brevis.
First ball, anyways, driven out to the covers, and it'll be a single. A creeter. I don't know what a creeter is. It's probably got an English name in England. Hyundai. Has anyone hit it yet? I think someone did hit it in one game, didn't they? They didn't manage to smash the window though. But I seem to remember someone hitting into the car. Neesham in. That's drilled back down the ground. Is it straight enough? It's definitely straight enough. There's no one that straight, and it's 4 runs. Good shot from Stubbs. Sonny picked it up.
That went like a tracer bullet.
Can we move on to 133? It was in the slot. It's just too full. Just bashed it straight back past the bowler.
Yeah, it's muscled really.
Yeah. Stubbs is capable of quick, heavy batting as well. And now with only 3 overs left, I guess he needs to go.
Yeah, just needs to probably swing at it. No.
Yeah, well, they swung at that one.
There you go.
Got it all the way into the crowd, over cow corner. 146 in this over. Great shot.
With the super shatter, super shatter, super shatter, super shatter, super shatter, rocker, super shatter.
Picked that up sweet. It was a bit too short and straight, and he was able to free his arms and hoik it out over deep mid wicket.
He was gambling,
this
gambling
one
a
came
little
onto
bit on the overcorrection, wasn't he? In length.
Sorry, what were you saying, Arno?
This one came onto the bat really well.
Yeah.
It didn't look like he connected it so well, but still flew over.
Well, Jimmy Neesham these days is a bit underpaced and underpowered, isn't he? He's quite old. They kind of brought him out of the wilderness. He was kind of retired, I thought, pretty much.
Who?
Well, Jimmy Neesham, a couple of years back.
Yeah, he did.
And they brought him back when England went down there, didn't they, for that series last year, beginning of last year, maybe? Daryl Mitchell's down at Long On, and that one's pumped up to him for a single. So now they're on 140 with 2 overs to go. Another 20 gets them to 160. Well, considering where they were at one point, I mean, I'm sure they would have liked to get 180, 190, 200, but from where they were earlier, 160 will seem like something to defend. If they can get some early wickets, they can put some pressure back on the Kiwis. Neesham in, down the leg side, and that's a poor delivered ball. I don't know if it's leg buys or off the bat, but it's 4 down to a very
probably
fine
look like leg buys.
No, it's come off the bat.
And if you kids can't listen, then you bound to see the way you get shot for crossing a boundary,
I suppose so. Could have been equally his toe of his boot. No, it was definitely bat, actually.
Clive Pitts had a tough time behind the wickets today. Even got hit in the face earlier in the inning.
He did, yeah. By a very quick ball from Lockie Ferguson. I think it might have been an edge as well. I mean, I'm not sure, but he never went back on that.
You'd think he'd put on a helmet after that, but he's still there with just his cap.
Well, I don't think you want to stand back with a helmet on, even if you
did
have
have
got
his
hit
helmet
in
on
the
for a
face.
few overs, then he took it off again.
Yeah. He doesn't seem to have broken his nose, which is a bonus. Well, this over has gone for, what's that, 16 so far, with 1 ball to go. Very profitable for South Africa. And the last ball has gone for 6 runs as well.
22 now.
Oh! Well, it was caught over the boundary by Chapman, but he didn't have a time to throw it back. Actually, he caught it with his feet on the ground. 6 runs to end the over, 150 with 2 overs to go. That was a very expensive over.
Damn! That 6 is on fire.
You look at it, he hit that right off the toe.
Yeah,
I mean,
again, I don't think this must be a poor seeing ground, because I don't think he's seen that really into his hands. He was over the boundary, so you can't really complain too much, Jimmy.
And also, when you look at it, the guy who was trying to catch it was running on the covers, which could be dangerous in any sense of the imagination. You can just slip over on that quite easily, looking up whilst you run along. What was I going to say?
Wasn't Jimmy Neesham back? He was one of the batsmen in the Super Over in 2019.
He was one of the batsmen in the Super Over in 2019.
Hoyt 1 and 6 into the stand.
He did.
Yeah.
Second or third ball.
Yeah.
Canadians by far in terms of niceness, says Greystoke 66, but I spent a year flat with Kiwis.
Oh, it's bowled him. Ferguson's come back. First ball of the 19th over, round the wicket. Stubbs, very full. I imagine quite quick. It is Lockie Ferguson. Stubbs has tried to hit it out of ground. He's missed it, and that might slow things up for them. No, it wasn't actually. It was a slow ball, 80 kilometres an hour.
Yeah, just 80, yeah.
But he's missed it all ends up, and his middle stump's been splayed along with the rest of his stumps. That was out the back of the hand, actually. He was through the shot.
Yeah, good piece of bowling.
Yeah, it was a good bit of bowling.
The crowd says, you're out.
That was kind of needed. They just lost the plot for a couple of overs. I think they've gone for about 34 in the last 2 overs.
Stubbs is annoyed. He's hitting his bat with his hand as he walks
I don't think he
off.
picked that one at all.
No.
Went across the line as well, and
Yeah.
obviously the slow ball did him completely.
Right, where are you? It'll be that guy probably.
Reckon 165, 170 from here is what they're probably going to look at.
If they get 160, if they get 170, I think they'd be quite happy.
11 balls, they should get close to 20.
I mean, that would be
hope.
50 in the last 4 overs if they get to 170.
Anyway, this guy's coming to bat, who's going to have no time to make an impact.
Spanish boys cool, but they never give a fuck. You wanna sim to him, motherfucker, go try your luck. You can never hit him off his line. Snap with the bat, he's fucking fine. Bosh.
Yep.
Corbin Bosch. Age 31.
Trying to live up to his name.
Well, yeah, needs to bosh it out of the park, eh? Lockie comes in around the wicket again to him. And he waits for it. I think it's another slower ball. It's hit square out to the man on the fence. It'll just be a single.
Does that make Lockie Ferguson the Lungi Ngidi of the side? With loads of slow balls.
Well, yeah.
Kind of. Seems to be pretty good at them as well, because you can't read it, obviously.
No. Has he got an RPL contract this year?
Let's have them.
I'm not sure.
Because he was in it for a while, wasn't he? It was pretty shit hot at white ball cricket for a while. Then he got a few injuries. Another slower ball, another attempted heave, this time by Janssen. And he misses it, and it misses the stumps and goes through to the keeper, and there's no runs. Good batting by Janssen, though. He's got 40 off 25.
Bear, to answer your question, he does. He's playing for the Punjab Kings.
Oh, okay.
This pitch is good for the neutral, says Banana Brooks. Yes, looks like it's going to be a low-scoring thriller. Lower
scoring.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was impressed. I thought India might be in a bit of trouble having to chase down 197 the other day, but they did it pretty well. That's pulled really well by Janssen. It was the length ball really, and kind of got what it deserved at this point in a T20, which is slapped out over long on. It's another slower ball, but it'll probably seen 4 in a row now. I picked that one rightly. Over long on 4-6, right?
Smack it in the air, beyond the boundary. Smack it in the air. Smaximum.
Honestly.
Hold on. It's another full ball, but this time maybe he was waiting and sitting and waiting for the quicker delivery, and he's just hit that for 6-2. Yeah, that was full pace.
2 6s in a row. 2 6s in a row. 2 6s in a row.
I think he's anticipated the last 2 balls and done well, because he's just sat deep in the crease there. It's a very full ball, but it was full on pace. And just let it come
does
onto
seem
the
like this wicket's becoming a better batting pitch. We might be surprised seeing the New Zealand power play, honestly, when they come up.
Well, they did say there was a bit dew in the air, didn't they? Which always makes it come onto the bat a little bit better later on. And they've got a lot of pacers in the South African side, haven't they? That was a slow ball to end the over. This time he didn't pick it, and it goes through the keeper. But a couple of 6s at the end there really helped along. So 163 for 6. Now, a while back they were looking dicey to get 150. So a great innings here from Janssen. He's got 52 off 23 or something.
Well, the nearest one is what did Brevis get? 40, I think.
Yeah.
Jago was sort of reeling over in shock, so I managed to read out one of his tweets. He's off to run a lap of victory around Rotherham. What else we got? We've got being talked at by John O'Gorman saying, "Dude, the jingles seem very loud. I'm blowing the ears off me."
Yeah, they are. You want to turn that little wheel down until it says about 50. Yeah, that's why, because it's up at 100. It should be down at about 55.
56 will do.
That'll do. Pulled by Bosch out too wide, long on. A bit of a fumbly, misfieldy type thing by Phillips out there. But they'll get through for a single. You want to get.
You never see such kind of moments from Phillips. He's been kind of loose in the field by his standards today, hasn't he?
Very much so. I mean, the catch he dropped, you'd have never thought he'd drop a catch like that. I mean, fortunately, it didn't cost him much. He was out next over.
Extra Fluffo says, Jansen sort of looks like Messi's goose. Yeah, he's got a long neck
bit.
and...
He's a very lanky man, is Jansen.
And Sutu says, morning.
Morning? Suter?
Yeah, well, he's probably coming off nights.
You've been on a night shift.
Lockie6 says, this is not the happy ending I wanted.
Well, they haven't got too far away, considering where they'd have wanted to be. That one's played square out to deep square leg. They think about 2 again, but it's not there.
Chapman's a bit too quick for you to get to the... even with a fairly wild throw, is out of his hands very quickly. And South Africa in defendable territory now, said Nick Vickers. Our own Nick Vickers.
Well, exactly. They've got to score.
Don't you guys think the camera works a bit suspect in this? Because they're not letting like a shot complete. They're just switching shots before we even saw the ball reach the wicketkeeper. Because, as Jason said, it was a wild throw, so it would have been nice to see how the keeper dealt with that.
There's been a bit of that throughout this. There was one the other day where didn't know what the hell was going on, but the ball was being thrown around somewhere, you know. You're just like, oh, what's going on? That one is through. It's a bit wide, actually. Would have been quite close to the wide line on the offside, but it's been given by the umps.
That was such a weird bat swing. He was nowhere near the ball.
Yeah. Sometimes you get away with it, eh? But the sixes have been cleanly struck.
Yeah. He's very good at going downtown.
Yeah.
Claudio Gonzalez says, in Argentina...
Oh, but he's been... Oh, it's Bosch bowled. It's a full slower delivery. No, it wasn't slower, but a bit slower. But it wasn't particularly slow by Henry's standards. And but it was very full. Dipped under the bat of Bosch. Takes his stumps 2, so he has to go. Bowled for, was it 2 or 3?
Another one bites the dust. I think that is going to be out, Fred. Another one bites the dust.
2 of 3 deliveries.
What was it? I was going to say it was from Claudio Gonzalez. In Argentina, we would say there's a ruffle going on for Man of the Match award, and Jansen is buying all the tickets.
Yes.
Well,
if they win, he's certainly in there with a chance, isn't he? And he's dragged them up to a reasonable score. Very good strike rate as well, 53 off 29, considering he's coming at 7.
Sutu confirmed, yes, he's on the effing night shift.
Ugh. Imagine an Arsenal C, is it? I imagine it's quite shit at the moment, actually. It's still in winter, effectively. Rabada. A, he's got a great jingle. B, he can also hit.
There it is.
What's his name? He's a high roller, rock and roller, scariest, deadliest, killing this bowler. He can sink your oats like the Spanish Armada. No one faster, no one harder. What's his name? What's his name?
He didn't get to the end of his jingle. God damn it.
I was just going to say.
It's bowled into his pads and he's just chipped it up. He's timed it really sweetly, but he's not really gone through with a shot. And he's just chipped it straight down the long on. I think it's caught by Daryl Mitchell again. So 2 in 2. We've got a hat-trick situation once again.
It's about the 25th time in this tournament.
Yeah, we've had 1 hat-trick out of all those, haven't we? That was right at the beginning, wasn't it? Romario Shepherd?
Yep.
Yeah, really bad conversion rate. That was against Scotland as well, so probably their first game.
Yeah, so it was something like that. It was certainly in the first weekend. Yeah, they don't happen too often, though, do they? I mean,
Well,
got a good chance as any in the 19th over though in the T20 where everyone's got to try and hit it. There's only 2 balls left, 2 wickets. There's no point in blocking out.
Yeah. Anyway, this
bowled
is
it full and straight. You might well get it.
This is for you, Kagiso.
You silly little boy. What on earth were you playing at? Oh!
Well, Maharaj comes out. 2 balls left. Run rate 8.44. 166 for 8. Fairly middling score. Tempting for the Kiwis, gettable, but equally defendable. Henry comes in. Dear, you're never going to get a hat trick with that ball, son. It was a length ball outside off, maybe even a tad short, and he was able to just guide it down the short third man for a single.
I think he was smart to go for a ball that saved runs rather than go for a wicket, because if you get the wicket ball wrong, you can go for 6.
By Maharaj coming in, facing his first ball. Admittedly, Maharaj can score runs. 4.
You know, like an edge and then...
Yeah, true. But I want my hat trick on it, man. Henry comes in last ball. And Janssen drives it up to mid-off. They will run for 2 because it's the last ball of the over. And they're going to get there. I think. It's close.
I think he's just short.
You think?
They're
They're going to go upstairs.
It's a really gun throw.
It was quite a gun throw. The score says 2. I thought he got there. But I thought he got there.
Was it Phillips with the throw?
Mitchell probably down.
Mitchell, yeah.
Jay Grover.
I don't think they are looking, you know.
In the meantime, Jay Grover sent us a super chat. Says £2 saying, my favourite jingle and oh bother. Presumably talking about Rabada.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we nearly got it all in. They're not going to look. It doesn't look. They accept that it's 2 runs. I think the umpire went like that. I implied that he was in.
Runs on the board in the semi-final. Blah says Lockie 6.
Sorry, say that again, Arnav.
I said, what do we reckon about the chase? Do you think New Zealand can get it?
Well, I think 170 in a T20 is imminently gettable. And you can make the odd mistake and still get there. It requires, someone like Glenn Phillips to, even if he only gets to 60, if he gets it in 34 balls and anyone else bats around him, there's enough time to get to the 160. It's one of those kinds of scores, isn't it, where you could lose a couple of places.
Right in the middle.
Yeah.
It's a tricky one, because if you don't accelerate fast enough and lose wickets, then it gets tough later on.
But you've got to start out as if it's a big score and not go in with any fear. You still got to play the power play as you would and try and bang the 6s and shit.
You've got some advice here from Farong, who says, have a lazy squid or 2 for the match going to the Super Over, Bear, because there hasn't been one yet.
Well, there has actually.
There has.
South Africa played 2 against Afghanistan in the same game. God, how things could have been different if Afghanistan had actually won that game as well. South Africa haven't lost a game, have they, in this entire tournament yet?
No, they've won everything.
They've won everything, and
that was the closest one.
I'm a big believer you never go through a tournament unbeaten.
Apart from India last time, I think.
No, India. Well, in the World Cup in 2019, didn't they? India were unbeaten until the final, and they lost.
Yeah, then we lost in the final.
Yeah. I think Australia have done it a couple of times, but not many tournaments. I think did Australia do it in the Champions Trophy? Who won the Champions Trophy? No, you won the Champions Trophy.
This format of this World Cup is designed so that you can lose twice and win.
Yes.
Lose 3 times and you won't, because you won't qualify either the Super 8s or the group stages.
Or the group stage, yeah, that's true. And England have only lost 1.
We've lost.
We nearly lost to New Zealand, but we did. We pulled it out of the fire.
Well, Ray and Ahmed pulled our.
Yes, but I mean, this is it. England have been winning ugly, but winning, and I think that's quite important. Let's have a break. We're going to be back in 5 minutes anyway for the second half. Have a cup of tea and a cup of coffee, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes to bring you the second half. I'll see you then.
Yep. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
all at once.
There's that efficiency for you.
Yes.
I think England tried to follow their example, but they forgot that they should stop at one match.
Yeah. Well, look, there's plenty of cheap digs we can have at England, and I'm sure they're all just
we will. I have a whole book
you've got a list
right now.
No, I hear you. But I rather enjoy watching New Zealand just, we just no, I can't do New Zealand.
Ferguson.
Yeah. He did, but O'Rourke looks like a more than capable replacement. And Matt Henry's on fire at the moment.
He certainly is. And then there's their opponents. First up, Pakistan, who also managed to lose convincingly to India. What's your views about Pakistan? Not around where the tournament is or anything, but just about the way they performed.
Would they be called mercurial, do you think?
Yeah, sometimes.
Not for the first time.
Yeah, it seems like a euphemism for just flat out a bit shit.
Yeah.
Because they're not great.
And they're not even great to watch at the moment.
No, they're not.
You see a couple of lovely drives from Baba, and then he's gone. And, it's just... I don't know, there was something about them like they weren't really there in their heads because there was no sense of enterprise or attacking. They just basically lost the games because they wouldn't attack the ball at all when they needed to, which is obviously the reverse of the criticism generally of England, so it's interesting.
Talking about England, we're talking about Pakistan. I would say that Pakistan have been more the obverse of New Zealand, really. If New Zealand make the most of their resources, then Pakistan did the exact opposite. There was just one brief moment at the start of the innings, I think in the first game, when Haris Rauf got incredibly angry, not for any particular reason that I could see. But I always felt it's always a bit of a desperate measure on a cricket field when you've decided to pick a fight with no one in particular just to get yourself worked up and into the game. It shouldn't take that to get everyone engaged.
You should just do what everybody else does and just punch yourself in the testicles.
Well, you may be generalising from the particular there, Morg. I don't know.
I've revealed too much there. Whoops.
But usually, of course, Pakistan in a World Cup will completely flunk the first two games, and then before you know it, where you are, they're in the semi-final or something, and you just never can tell. It's too late for that. They're out.
Yep.
No space for it.
Yeah. It's disappointing. And then there's Bangladesh, who've managed to lose both their games very convincingly as well. Not a lot to get excited about, really.
They've been playing perfectly adequately if this was a tournament in 1994.
Yes.
Not about 30 years behind the time as they poke and prod and put some solid defence in and do a manly job of getting to 220 and patting themselves on the back.
Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it?
Oh, great.
Sri Lanka, from the time they entered, as it were, big boy international cricket, to the time they actually won the World Cup itself, that was about 15 years, that journey, somewhere around.
It's like 84 to whenever it was,
83 to 96.
Yes. Something like that, yeah.
I can't remember exactly when Bangladesh started kind of going toe-to-toe with everyone else. I don't know what year we cared to put on that, but you would have hoped by now that maybe their progress would have been a little speedier, perhaps, considering it's a big country and they play a lot of cricket, but they don't seem to be progressing in the same way.
No. I don't think they're helped by the structure that they've had with government interference for so long. It reflects Pakistan to some extent in that regard.
Yeah, and I think they get, I don't know, I'm in danger of talking something about which I'm not fully briefed, but as I understand it, they get a lot of fairly cheap points at home.
Yes.
To qualify for tournaments like this, and as a consequence, here they are. But it's a bit like playing on a plastic pitch. If you're football, you've got an unfair advantage, and then it will find you out when you get to a tournament like this.
I'm mildly disappointed by them in this tournament. They haven't yet appealed to have anybody declared timed out, or handle the ball. Which
it's still time. There's still time.
Yeah. Missing Shakib obviously makes it harder to do that sort of thing.
Genuine shit stirrer that he is.
Yeah. And then the fourth team in Group A is, of course, India, who've been very comfortable in their hotel in Dubai, nipping down the road every couple of days to go and play a game on the almost home track. But for all of that, you'd have to say they've performed pretty well.
I'm pretty sure they'll win the whole thing, not to declare too early, but it's a combination of the favourableness of their location plus the fact that they're probably fairly good. I don't like to say that, but if Virat's actually scoring runs and Gill seems to be doing all right for himself, so
yeah.
I think that, what you get with India, I think they are one of the all-time great ODI teams, this one, and they're probably right in the middle of their imperial phase sometime about now, so they almost certainly will win it, unless they have one off day, which they've had in the past, let's be fair. But what you get is, with those well-grooved machines, okay, one player goes down, one player's out, someone just steps in and understands their place in the side and just steps in automatically without even touching the sides. It barely affects the overall team performance, and that's what a brilliant top tier team can do. And that's what they are.
And what's scary is that the people they're bringing in are quite often quite young, so there's no reason this isn't going to keep rolling on for a long time.
That's an interesting point, that, because when Australia lost their 3 premium bowlers for various reasons, their replacements are around about 29, 30. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. That does mean that they're quite battle-hardened in the domestic leagues or in the international.
There's a thoughtful looking Richard.
Well, he's smiling. He's not happy that he was when they were 77 for 5.
Is it a bad score? Is it a middling score? Is it a bigger score than we thought it might have been after about 14 overs?
I would certainly have taken it. Yeah. The depths of despair. It's definitely something to bowl at. Yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting second half to the game now. Let's see how it unfolds. And also, South Africa they're going to have a very different style of bowling attack, because they don't have 3 spinners to call on like New Zealand, unless they get very creative.
Markham can support Maharaj, but I don't see a third spinner necessarily. Brevis can bowl, can't he? Very loopy off spin.
I haven't seen it myself, but it doesn't mean it hasn't happened.
I've got a feeling, Or you're doubling down on, you've got Gideon Rabada, obviously, you've got Marco Janssen with his height. You're kind of hoping that those 3 can do the business for you, aren't you, I suspect. Right, who have we got? It's the usual pair, isn't it? It's going to be this chap. A chap who looks like a folk singer, this chap.
We're all living in Finn Allen's town, and he's shutting all the bowlers down. Out of the box, he's hitting 4s, over and over, as easy as that.
Well, two very sort of New York related jingles there.
Yeah,
and I do see what you mean about the folk singer.
Yeah, it's the beard. It's just the beard. He looked more like a folk singer in the field than he does with a cricket helmet on.
But you've got to be quite skinny and have a beard. If it was the same guy with a bigger build, he'd be someone from the Irish rugby team.
Yes. Right, here's your bowler.
You think Marco would play polo, but there's more money in cricket.
Well, so the captain has delayed himself for an over.
Well, here's Marco Janssen, who's going to start with a dot ball right up and full, which the batsman's not interested in taking on. Seifert stays where he is for the next ball. Well, Janssen's got to do everything in this team, eh?
Slip from the off as well.
Oh, and that was definitely no loosener. That was right on the money.
143.8, yeah. Well, he's thoroughly warmed up after that 50 he's just scored, and he finished that innings by dashing back for a second run, which I believe did count in the end. Here he is again, and New Zealand are going to open their account. They've squeezed one through the wing. Seifert will pick up a boundary into the point region.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, squirted off the outside half of the bat, and nicely timed, and just into the gap between backward point and cover. And if you get past the man, there's no chance of anybody catching it up. It was
the sort of boundary that would give the bowler a bit of encouragement, I think. It was not convincing.
Quick hello to Donald Popo, who said good morning to us, so good morning back to you.
Yeah.
Marco Jansen to continue. Left arm over the wicket, smashed away but straight to mid-off. No run.
Markram, that was not a catch. He was 5 yards or so in front of him when it bounced. But yeah, he did try to leather that and didn't really get to the timing on it. And Markram, who's maybe 5 yards in from the 30-yard boundary, it was 5 yards in front of him when it pitched.
Jansen will continue. Here he comes in with the long legs loping in. It's straight, it's hitting the stumps, but the batsman Tim Seifert has managed to work it away out into the onside, and they'll cross for 2.
Yeah, one of the 2 men out is at deep backward square, and he had a long way to come in front of square to field that, making it very easy to get the 2 runs. But nicely timed, but along the ground. It was a little bit of shape for Jansen into the batsman.
Yeah, we've seen that in a couple of the balls from his first over here, which continues now. And this one is again a streaky shot. Seifert does not know much about that one. But he's got away with it. There's a slip in position, but it's well wide of slip in. Mrs. Gully gone for 4.
Just looking at that. Yeah, it's pitched and gone away, drift very slightly, and he's playing the ball towards mid-wicket, Seifert. So he's not giving himself the best chance with the bat either.
No, I mean, there was a little bit of movement and it was well bowled, but I would also have to say it wasn't all good bowling, that. And here is the end of the over as Seifert just plays it out towards Gully, and they'll sneak a single. There's a little misfield.
Yeah. Decent start there.
Miller's slightly disappointing because it ball dribbled away 5 yards or so from his point at Gully. It was a good initial stop, but that misfield very slightly allowed them to take a very quick single at the end of the over.
YouTube Prime, Super Chat.
Not 1 but 2. Not 1 but 2, like Jason's buses. Jay Grover, 2 English pounds, the Prince of Sheffield. Thank you, Richard, for sparing us all our blushes. I'm not sure what you did, but that's great. Crick Writer of this very parish, 500 rupees, I guess. For the first time in my life, I'm rooting for a Kiwi win, he says. What, possibly on the assumption that India will beat...
he doesn't want to play them in the final.
India will beat England tomorrow, I suspect. However, we'll take the donation.
England's performances in India are pretty dire in terms of recent form. So he's not wrong to be thinking they're favourites.
So 11 without loss. Kagiso Rabada is going to start with a dot ball. And do we want to have the favourite?
Well, we do, because we love this man's jingle.
What's his name? He's a high roller, rock and roller, scariest, deadliest, killing this bowler. He can sink your oats like the Spanish Armada. No one faster, no one harder. What's his name? What's his name? Tell me.
Seifert's had a swing at this one. It's gone way up in the air. The question is anyone under it? The camera shows Quinton de Kock running after it and not quite making it happen.
Yeah,
I don't know where the ball's ended up. This is also not great camera work from the production team, you have to say. A bigger view on that would have been ideal.
I mean, de Kock sprinted about 30 yards there, and it's just evaded his outstretched arms.
He must have called for it, because if he got the big gloves on, he is the bloke who should go, and he just gets away from him, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's
not sure
another
he actually got to it.
Another step and a bit away from him, so
If you look at where, who's that wheel? Is that
Brevis?
He's
like
backpedaling like crazy, and it looked like he had 3 or 4 paces to catch it. So I genuinely not sure having the big gloves was a reason to give him that catch. I think de Kock might have overstepped his responsibilities, if I'm honest, and that should have been a wicket.
So it's Allen on strike for the first time now, and he just dabs it away to the slips and somehow gets through both of them, and he's got 4 runs.
You've got to say that's very well manufactured. He's in control of that, and okay, he's slightly lucky that he hit the hole between the slips and the keeper, but
even if he hadn't, he would have, he
would have been
fight
safe.
Another day. There's no risk, and there's something to be said for that. It's a straight ball. It is worked to mid-on, and there'll be 1 run for Seifert.
Well, 17 after, 10 balls. They're going along nicely.
Every time you see the replay of that catch, you think there's got to be questions in the house as to why de Kock had to run about half a mile.
Yeah, 29 metres, it's
Brevis,
officially
who
confirmed.
came in and went, I better get out of the way. There's a lack of communication. He didn't even get to it, did he? Whereas for Brevis, it was 2-3 paces and it should have been taken.
Seifert is on strike again, and he'll get 1 run out into the cover region. Maharaj had a bit of a flap at that one.
He's not very happy. Does he? Was that a drop, or did he just not see it and had to react late to the? Because that's right off the toe.
No, it's well short of him.
Yeah, it's just awkwardly fielded off because it came off the ground and skidded a little bit, I think.
Well, and maybe he was just awkwardly positioned, given he thought there might have been a catch. And for all these funny little moments, there's the singles happening, or for a lot of them anyway. Here's another one for Allen, down to wide third man, let's say. And I think that the eventful second over is now over, with the score on 19 without loss.
Right, loads of people. Sagnikadatta. You guys have a poll for who's going to win tomorrow's match, as if that's a question. The typical British optimism. Well, fair enough. I'm sure there's going to be a fair bit of toing and froing on tomorrow's match, but we're focused 100% on this game at the moment. Jay Grover, Tim Wilton Davis, he makes me crave. I don't know quite what that's about. I think Crick Writer's telling Banana Brooks how much that rupee donation was, but it's generous either way. Let me see. Well, I don't know. The rest is all bit of conversation in talk.
So Janssen is being clobbered back over his head quite successfully. Finn Allen adds 6 to his name.
Certainly, no, that was a beautiful shot.
Yeah.
One toke over the line, sweet Jesus, one toke over the line.
Yeah, up full, and he just went with the shot, went straight through the line, and just there's no man out straight, so that's relatively safe as long as he gets a decent amount of bat on it. It's probably the wrong ball to bowl by Janssen in terms of length.
Here he is again. He's still got a slip and a gully, and they're going to snatch another one there.
That's better. I mean, that ball was just slightly shorter and rising. It was chopped down into the offside. Only went about 4 yards away from the wicket, which gave them plenty of time to get the single.
There have been quite a few cheeky runs in this 2.5 overs, what with one thing and t'other. But fair play to that last 6. That was a proper shot. Janssen continues, this time to Seifert. Tries to hit it across the line. It's ended up with Quinton de Kock,
who's convinced he's got an edge on that, and the umpire is unmoved.
Well, so is Markram. He's looking really dubious about it. But de Kock, either is de Kock's putting on it. Yeah, he has reviewed.
Yeah, I mean, it did come back, so if it is anything, it's a tiny little scratch on the inside edge of the bat. But yeah.
South Africa seemed reasonably confident to me.
It didn't look out on the first glance. We're already getting the replays. This is quick.
Who was it who was dropped or not caught when De Brevis reversed and De Kock couldn't reach the ball?
That was Seifert, I think.
That was Tim Seifert, was it? Because we were looking at the drop catches in...
I think that's flicked the edge of the pocket.
So it's not the bat?
I don't think so.
Yep, it's not. You're right.
And we may consider that review burned. It's just been confirmed by the umpire.
Alex Wharf. It's an all Bradford umpiring setup.
What, Wharf and Kettleborough?
Wharf and Illingworth.
Illingworth, ah.
Oh, Jansen's going to have to try again, and this time
That's
running around all over the creases, Seifert. And he scoops it back over his shoulder, disappears into the stands.
2, 4, 6.
Yeah, Ravindra dropped Markham on 3, he went on to make 15. So that's only 12. Miller was dropped by Phillips on 6. So the drops only cost 18 as far as South Africa were concerned.
Well, that was very inventive by the batsman, Seifert.
Or as far as New Zealand were concerned, rather.
Who plonked that very neatly into a untenanted area.
But known for the amount of runs he has accumulated with scoops. So Jansen has somehow got a guard against that, which is easier said than done. In this day and age, as a bowler...
Well, if you put a man down there, that's one of your 2 men that's out, and then you will find a hole somewhere else. Like that.
This one is going straight back past the right shoulder of Marco Jansen. It is powerfully hit by Seifert. Full face of the bat, quite traditional. 4 runs.
This one's for Pirate Banshar, I think.
4 on the floor, and 1 more 4 than the 4 before. That's what 4's are for, to get funky on the dance floor.
He even has time to hold the pose.
Yeah, I mean, this has been a good start from New Zealand. So if New Zealand's drops cost only 18,
how many drops can South Africa afford to have?
What was Seifert on when he was put down? It can't have been many because it was
not
very
much.
early. Just a couple.
He'd been scratching around till that
Yeah.
point. But probably about 8 or 9. Jansen to complete his over again. This one's fuller. It's a forward drive on the onside. Straightish. Rabada tidies up. And they will complete the over. 37 for
18.
no loss New Zealand.
18 from it. Crikey. Somebody is John O'Gorman. Big fan, by the sounds of it, of the Rabada jingle. No one faster, no one harder, he says. Sack the jugglers, lads. South Africa talking about the fielding. That's Suter who. Jamie Wilson. That Rabada jingle is class. Yeah, we're
very lucky that
we have a
Memory Ben,
secret soft spot for it, I have to say.
He also gave us the great Adil Rashid jingle.
Adil Rashid on the 45.
And the Temba Bavuma jingle as well,
Yeah.
which is fantastic.
Here comes a very impressive new bowler who will jingle up in a second. He's going to go for 1 or 2. Probably 2, yeah.
Oh,
2
no,
and
3.
3, and I don't know if this has been some lazy fielding, or he's managed to find tons and tons and tons
40
of
up or
space.
3, wow. Here's the bowler. He's going to have to do something.
Domination's the name of the game. In cricket or life, they're both just the same. So go get the guy who can turn the day. Let's play Lungi and Edie. Let's play Lungi and Edie. Are you down for Lungi and Edie?
I love the fact that Van Schalwick still clinging on to that top spot, despite not even taking part in the Super 8s at all.
Well, Ngidi will be looking to go past
Sure,
both
it's
of them.
Shalwick or Skalwick?
Well,
Skalkbeck. There's a K. There's a K nestled in there.
I
I thought it was Skalkbeck, because I remember the South African rugby player, Van Skalkbeck.
Here is Ngidi again. This one's tight outside the off stump, dropped into the offside where there's lots of fielders, but they managed to take one.
Yeah, Ryan Rickleton was right on the 30-yard boundary, and if you drop the ball close to the wicket, as they did, you're almost certainly guaranteed to get a single easily if you both go and have that communication between you.
I mean, 41 off 3. The South Africa power play was 48 for 2 off 6 overs. We're just over 3 and then almost at that. So they're substantially ahead in the game. Don't forget there was that big late flurry for South Africa.
Out.
On goes Ngidi. This time he'll earn himself a dot ball as it's slapped hard enough to mid-off that there's no time to scamper through. So he is on 12 wickets for the tournament, one away from the leading wicket taker as it stands.
We're joint leading wicket takers because Musrabani, Blessings, good old Blessings, is up there. But they're both on 13, so can't get any more, obviously, because they're out, out of the competition. It is there to be taken, and Ngidi, I think, is the next man in line.
Hopefully, from his point of view, with this next ball, which is floated up there, dealt with easily enough by Allen. He'll get one down
it's
to
a real
Lamont.
skill to bowl a slower ball Yorker that absolutely drops in the block hole like that. But he also needs a pace on ball to make that more effective as well.
Well, you can't argue with 12 wickets so far in the tournament, but yeah, he's going to have to draw on his very, very best today, especially after New Zealand got away to a dream start, you have to say, chasing a not insurmountable looking total. Currently going at 11.45, requiring 7 odd per over. There's some comfort for South Africa with the dot ball there. So Allen can't get this past mid-off.
Yeah, he's working his way back into this over Ngidi, with the first ball that went for 3. He's only gone for 2 in the next 4 balls. So 5 so far off this over, and looking to end it in a strong fashion. And Markram is very much in the game with a slower ball Yorkers at mid-off, where the ball is being targeted towards.
Really important ball to finish then. He attempts the scoop once more, does Allen. And it has worked.
One of these.
That had more.
48 without loss after 4 overs.
That had more timing in it than I thought. That went a long way back.
Right, there seems to be an awful lot of conversation about Yorkshire and rhubarb. Yorkshire's best-selling. Apparently, there is something called Yorkshire Rhubarb, which is a best-selling publication. I did hear something about clever rhubarb on the radio. A whole interview with a lady talking about clever rhubarb, which I found clever rhubarb. They grow it sort of underground or in the dark.
That's forced rhubarb, yeah.
Well, it's something like, but I think they call it clever rhubarb. It's the most perfect shade of pink, though, and has a more rhubarby flavour.
Because forcing it makes it sweeter as well.
It could be that. It could be forced, yeah. Oh, I thought that would work. Pirate Badshah, thank you. Super chat for Funky on the dance floor.
Well, Rabada's about to get going again. And what's he got for Seifert? Oh, decent ball. Seifert hoiks it away into the leg side with no timing, really. I think they'll get 2 there.
Get 3, in fact, I think.
3 indeed. Really, such a long boundary out that way that we've seen 2 3s run in that direction.
I think it's more that the fielders seem to be wading through treacle, chasing it.
Yeah,
so
nice
only just over the
picture.
guy's head, and it's gone almost all the way to the boundary, so he had to chase it for 25 yards. Which, is plenty of time for you to run at least one single and possibly a second one before you get the ball in the hand. And it was a relay throw back as well. That's extra time.
Relay throws, I thought they only happened in club cricket for seniors and juniors.
When your throwing arm's gone.
Well, relay in the sense that you flicked up to somebody else who was about 3 yards away.
Okay, that relay we've seen at international. Fair enough. Outside off stump, bowls Rabada. No great intent in the shot, but it's well placed in the offside, and there'll be 1 run to the total.
Tony's tickled.
I am marginally tickled, I must admit.
Are you sharing now or after the over?
No, I was looking for this actually.
What's tickling Tony?
It's Jay Grover saying, for all the wonderful jinglers except Bear. You may have heard
the Dame Pete jingle, yes.
The profane Ursine growl from the green room in response, Jay.
Rabada bowls it up full outside of stump again. It's smashed to mid-off, no run. Seifert, 31 of 18 now.
Yeah, you can't get it past Markham at the moment. Markham is covering a lot of space at mid-off for these balls that are being flayed off the bat of the openers.
I was just watching the film of them preparing the wicket there, and I had a flashback to the curling in the Winter Olympics. The two brushes sort of frantically going backwards and forwards. Oh, what?
This one is hoiked over. Long on. And it's gone for 6.
It has, I'm afraid. There's a distinct lack of enthusiasm in your voice. I can't help noticing, Rich.
Well, I think he's hoping his bowler. I mean, he's tried to bowl the knuckleball, Ngidi, and that's not quite come out right, and it's just been climbed into, really, and that is plonked a long way back. So not Ngidi, Rabada, sorry.
Rabada on again. This one is short, upper chest height, and dealt with severely by Seifert, who pulls it well in front of square. And he's got another one of these. That's takes him to 41.
Well, those two pairs of 2 wickets have really cost South Africa, I think, from getting a bigger score.
Well, if it was, what did we work out?
2 in the power play and then 2 immediately after the power play have really...
Seifert, the drop or the non-catch of Seifert. Oops.
This is another attempted pull, but it was not the ball to do it, and Rabada ends up fielding himself. No run. 62 without loss after 5.
And I should see...
You have a change.
Nick coming this way. Yeah, Nick's coming this way.
I'll do a couple of quick messages. Every Yorkshire town used to make sweets, beers and crisps, says Tim Wilton. Greystoke's going to need another wine. Nothing wrong with that. Greystoke's a decent time of day for it. And I'm going to let the next person take over, probably with Invisible Bob just above Jay's super chat.
Liable to be me, I think. It's going to be Will, I think, who's joining us. Is that right? Or Messi?
Yes.
Afternoon all. Hi Will.
Hiya.
How you doing, man?
Going?
Very well.
I'm good.
It looks to me like this game is running away from South Africa pretty quickly.
Yeah,
it is a bit.
As Corbin Bosch enters the attack for the first time, he's short, he's wide, he's flayed, and that is going to go all the way for 6, I believe. It is indeed.
Really flat one, yeah.
It was a really flat one. I thought it was going to be a 4, and it's never great when the 6 jingle comes before your own jingle, but let me try and do one for Corbin Bosch. I'll give you a clip of it because it's 1 minute and 46.
It's not, actually. There's a lot of dead air in that.
Oh, and it's not going to play at all. Imagine you got a Corbin Bosch jingle. He's short and wide again. This time he's slapped through the leg side. That is going to reach the boundary for 4. Mid-on running round. Couldn't cut it off. So an ugly start for Corbin Bosch.
That went like a tracer bullet.
The South African Wags are looking unhappy. The score has gone to 72 of 5.2. I reckon the question is, how quickly are they getting there, Will?
I think they've missed a trick here.
Pretty damn quick, I reckon. I mean, 10 off the first 2 balls. That's a rough time for Corbin Bosch.
And tell me, Jace, the trick. Are you going to talk about a bit of spin bowling?
I am. I'm thinking about they should have bowled Maharaj in the power play.
Well, I think they might well have done, as Corbin Bosch is in again. He's short and wide again, and this one goes to the boundary off the outside edge. Even 7'4" Marco Jansen couldn't reach that. So 14 off the first 3. This is looking very ugly.
And if you kids can't listen, and you bound to see the way you get shot for crossing a boundary,
And I reckon, Jace, they might have missed a bit of a trick in the team lineup. We saw New Zealand bowl a lot of spin, and it looked like the ball was just kind of sticking in the pitch and no one could get going. South Africa got a 4-man pace attack.
Yeah, I mentioned it in the first innings. I was quite surprised that, and it looks like he's not paying. Pace isn't paying on this wicket.
No, certainly it's looked much easier to strike when the ball's coming onto the bat. This time it's straight. Is that going to be another boundary? Finn Allen has stopped running, so I think it will. This is pure punishment for Corbin Bosch and South Africa.
I wouldn't have bowled him this over. I'd have bowled Maharaj.
And I don't think he's bowled fantastically. We got 3 wide long hops and then maybe something, well, pretty much a half volley.
That's overpitched, yeah.
And it wasn't quite in the Yorker zone. So we've had 4 balls. We've had 18 runs from them, and that's going to be more. It's not out the middle of the bat, but it's well over short third, and it trickles into the boundary, more than a trickle. I am running out of 4 jingles to play. Oh, baby, baby, indeed. This is a lot of punishment. Phil Allen, that's his brother, is filling his boots.
There's absolutely no way New Zealand can lose from here, says Rob Daly. So I'm afraid South Africa's great run has ended. New Zealand do not collapse. Even when they do at some point, they always recover. Well done, New Zealand. Well, yes, this is a killing power play.
This time, Corbin Bosch bowls a bouncer. He gets away with it. It might have been signal wide, but he is going to get out of the over with a much-needed dot ball. It doesn't look like it's brought in much joy because New Zealand are 84 for none at the end of the power play.
Forced rhubarb sounds like a dodgy euphemism, says Suter Who. That's why Tim's so tall, says Extra Fluffo. And Nick Kumar says, that's why you need to lose a game in the group stage or Super 8. Yes, I agree. This will be the first time that New Zealand beats South Africa in the T20 World Cup, says Loki. Tactical Koki says, I think New Zealand absolutely nailed their call upon winning the toss. Yes. It certainly does help. And half-trackers are not a viable plan in T20 semi, says Greystoke.
Definitely not. it's such a difficult thing as well, because you then, like, the thing to do at that point was definitely bowl a couple of Yorkers, but it's such a small margin of error.
And everyone knows it's coming, so they can set up for it.
Everyone knows it's coming, because you have to. Yeah, exactly. And it just so exactly what happens, and it's not good.
No, you can put yourself in his shoes, and it's that horrible feeling of you've got no idea where to bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Greystoke sums it up in one word with an exclamation mark, and he's shouting at us. He says, Muppets!
Muppets. Oh, you've got to feel for South Africa, though. I know they got some gold with the World Test Championship final, but they really should have won the last T20 World Cup. I think they needed 30 off 30 with Miller and Klaasen in. They were a whisker away from getting into the last World Cup final. You've got to think one of these days, one of these years, they're coming for a big major trophy. Maybe it will be at home next year in the ODI World Cup.
Jay Grover sends us a slightly funny response to Banana Books as we are having a drinks break. He says he totally disagrees. They don't need any wickets. It's a war of nutrition.
Very good.
And Stephen Kelly says, again I look out the window. This time I see the wheels of the South African car bouncing down with great speed down the hill into oblivion. Very poetic and evocative, if not supportive.
But yep, the wheels are off, they're rolling away, and they're going to do some damage on that way down the hill.
Yes, and
they definitely are.
Greystoke has already got the C word out.
I won't cricket, Jace.
No, choke.
Oh, well, I mean, how can you be chokers over like generations and generations? I remember my first memories of the World Cup with that awful run out.
England are perennial, given their resources, perennial chokers in tournaments. They're good outside of tournaments and not great in tournaments.
But we were shit at white ball cricket for about 25 years, Jace.
We were.
As Maharaj is into the attack when the game's already gone. He starts with a dot ball. It feels like the first one we've seen all innings. It isn't, but the equation is now 86 off 83, and that is a very hard place to lose a match from.
Yeah.
Maharaj continues it straight. Seafoot backs away, but he can't get clean contact. He can't beat mid-on. So a couple of dots, as you were suggesting.
The difference is stark, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bosh, smashed all over the place. 2 dot balls with a spin bowler straight away.
And this time he does get it away. Oh, and he beats the man at long off. So that is going to be a boundary.
There's not one boy for me, I must have 2 or 3, I need 4.
I've got a silver lining for this, which I don't know whether Will agree with after this ball.
As it's on the stumps, Seafoot rocks back, but this one is played straight to Marco Jansen at long off, so that's just going to be 1.
There's the theory that's been exposed about semi-finals that one is a classic game and the other one's a blowout. If this is the blowout,
tomorrow should be a thriller.
Tomorrow's going to be shit hot. Yeah, I that is definitely a possibility. I mean, semi-finals are always more entertaining than finals, I think. So yeah, like I think it's definitely coming.
It's flat and straight again from Maharaj. It's pounded down to long on by Finn Allen just for 1. Well, yeah, tomorrow could be interesting. You do feel that India would have to be below their best for England to win, but who's to say that won't happen? They were poor against South Africa. They haven't had their best tournament. This time, Seafoot knocks it out into the offside. There's work for Marco Jansen to do, but he does it comfortably. So 7 from Maharaj's first over, a quiet one relatively. New Zealand, a 91 for none from 7.
Lockie says, talking about dew, it's summer in India, not that much dew, maybe a little bit. Even if dew is there'll be a lame excuse for not to take wickets. Jamie Wilson says, I'm starting to think this will be a New Zealand versus England final with 1,017 people in a 120k capacity ground.
Decided on boundary countback.
Yeah. And Jahar Naratnam says, only South Africa themselves could lose from here chasing.
Yeah, I was thinking the same when I read out whatever it was, 86 off 84, 10 wickets in hand. We're going to get Lungi and Gidi back into the attack, so it's not more spin, but I think we'll see a lot of pace off. He starts with a slower ball, but it's a full toss, knee high, just patted out to Marco Jansen, who fumbles. Oh, it's almost gone for 4. He's struggling to pick the ball up now, so maybe it is pretty wet, but they'll get back for a comfortable 2. South Africa could do without that. And whereas New Zealand had quite a cast of sort of part-time finger spinners to call on, South Africa don't at all, right, Will? I think Stubbs bowls a little bit.
Stubbs does.
A little bit,
I
but
thought
not
Brevis did
really.
as well.
Brevis bowls a bit of leg spin, I believe, Jace.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, they don't quite have the Ravindras, the Phillipses, alongside Santner and McConchy to really strangle.
Exactly.
Seafoot has moved to 49 from 27. It's slow again from Ngidi. It's wide. It's skewed off the outside of the bat, but it beats Brevis at short third and goes for a fortunate boundary. So Tim Seafoot has 50 from 28 balls, and he brought it up with one of these.
Bloody hell.
When it's going your way, it's going your way. I know there's lots of streaky ones that are going just over and around fielders here. But they've earned that from the first half performance with the ball.
They have indeed, and fortune is shining down on them. You look back on that Quentin de Kock catch, which maybe should have been dual Brevis's, the ball which bounced right in front of Marco Jansen. There's been a bit of unluck for South Africa early doors. This time it's pace on from Ngidi. It's on Seafoot's legs, and there will be a leg by that they scamper through.
Excuse me, did you just quote Big Brother there? A bit of unluck.
Oh, well, I am not, Jace.
It would be double plus unluck if they're not getting their acting gear soon.
Well,
I think this is just the most New Zealand performance ever, because they just this entire tournament, they've just kind of kept themselves in and around the sort of pace, and now they're pushing.
As Alan pushes that out into the offside, it'll just be an easily ambled single. Yeah, it's very New Zealand. You look back to that game against Sri Lanka, and 15 overs through the first innings, they looked like they had lost that, and that they were going to really struggle. They weren't fantastic in their last group game against England, were they? The way they let that slip through their fingers in the final overs, but now they've come out and blitzed an unbeaten South Africa, and they are in another major final.
I mean, let's not count any chickens, but
let's not. But it looks very unlikely, and there's work to do here. It's not going to be done, so it is another 4, beating the man at long off running round. New Zealand moved to 103.
The way you get shot for crossing a boundary.
Loki says, at least you should take 2 wickets. Well, that's questionable at the moment.
Yeah.
They don't look like really taking a wicket unless one of those missed times actually goes to hand.
And I mean, add 5 and they'd still be in control, really.
4.
This time it is slower from Ngidi, and he does trick Tim Seifert finally. So he ends the over with a dot ball, but after 8, New Zealand are 103. They just need 67 more for a World Cup final.
Stephen Kelk says to Tony Bishop, is net run rate relevant for the 3rd, 4th place playoff? Yes, very good. I like that. No, is the answer. They're on fire today, says Loki. One does not simply walk into the final, says Lockie 6. Very good. I like that.
It's very good.
Jago has enough of this. He said, F this shit, I'm off to write some poetry.
Fair enough, Jay.
Brian in Brisbane, is New Zealand peaking early? No, peaking just about the right time, what I said.
Yeah, I reckon it's just that perfect.
As Maharaj is going to continue, Alan brings the sweep out. It's fine. It looks like it's racing away to the boundary because there's no one at fine leg. So here's one of these. He's moved to 49 off 18.
And Eric J has made this quite good joke, actually, for those who have been watching the match. Because they've gone past 100, of course, 10 kilts have been delivered.
Very good. And Finn Allen is about to reach 50, we believe. Could it be the fastest of the tournament off 19 balls?
Well, it is 50.
It is 50. Let me see if I can jingle that up, because I didn't do Seafoot. So here's one for both of them.
With your 50.
It's a bargain bucket 2 for 1 as Maharaj drops short and onto Seifert's pads. He just slaps it down to long on for a single.
Yeah, well, there's one record that's going to remain intact, I think, in this tournament.
What's that, Jace?
The highest opening stand, because they can't get more than 176.
That they cannot. Well, they could. Could they bring? No, they can't. They get 175. My maths isn't as sharp as yours. This time, Finn Allen rocks back. He pumps it over cow corner. It's into the crowd. It's a big 6. I reckon they're doing this in a hurry. They got some dinner reservations. So they're 115 from 8.4. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but am I right in thinking New Zealand have never won a World Cup, losing finalists in 14 and 19?
Probably about right.
Were they in
I think you're right, yeah.
Were they in a T20 final since then? This time Alan rocks back, slaps it straight to cover.
Yes, they lost to Australia
in 21.
22.
22.
I think.
Hang on a minute.
They lost to Australia at some point. I do remember that.
This time, Alan does get it past, and it's not going to reach the boundary. It's stopped, but they will get back for 2. Yeah, I get those 2 tournaments confused. I think England won in 22 or 23, but that was...
They were quite close together.
Post-COVID, so the tournaments were squeezed together. And
that's why I have absolutely... That whole period is just weird, because it felt like there was a World Cup every 6 months.
They blend in my memory too well. What we got on the socials, Jace?
Greystoke says, I'm back, what have I missed? Oh. Yeah.
When did you leave Greystoke?
And thinking about whether there's going to be people in the stand if India don't make the final.
Well, actually, so when I was researching for the Bumrah book, I got to go to the Modi Dome, and they gave me the tour of the ground when it was empty, and walking out into the middle, I wasn't allowed quite into the middle, but I got onto the outfield in an empty stadium. It was pretty breathtaking. It's an absolute cavern. As Rabada's back into the attack, and there's a wicket. He's bowled Tim Seafoot with a straight, good length delivery. So there is some joy for South Africa. It might not mean much, but they're in the wickets column.
The crowd says, the crowd says, the crowd says you're out.
It was a wild heave from Tim Seafoot, and Rabada was on the money.
Yep. You miss, I hit.
Indeed, but high fives but no smiles.
Instead of the other way being well actually the other way, yeah, that's actually true. You miss with the bowling, I hit with the bat as well.
Works both ways.
Yeah.
2022 was in the England-Pakistan final, says Tim Wilson-Davis. South Africa should just forfeit, says Drunk on Shadows. Effing embarrassing performance. No, tell us what you really feel.
I quite rate the down tools. Let me give the new batter his jingle, Rachin Ravindra, or a bit of it at least.
He is gonna be a star. He is Rachin Ravindra.
That feels about enough of that.
Before he gets dinged.
Exactly. I'm surprised I didn't hear Bear shouting at me from the sofa. But famously, I was thinking about this morning, 30 years ago, almost to the day, there was a semi-final at Eden Gardens between Sri Lanka and India, which didn't get finished. The players didn't down tools, but the crowd did. They started...
Oh, the 96 one.
Indeed, Jay started throwing bottles and all sorts, and it got called off before it could finish. So Rabada stays over the wicket to Ravindra. That's a lovely shot, but it's straight to mid-off, so there's no run.
From memory, India were well on top of that. They just made sure got off the pitch so they could keep the players safe, I think.
Yeah, Sri Lanka well on top, Jace.
Yeah.
India were crumbling on a pitch which was crumbling, which I think hadn't been used for about a year and a half. They'd had an opening ceremony on it, and it broke down. So that jagged back off the pitch, a bit of seam movement from Rabada. He continues to Ravindra. It's short, it's tucked into the leg side just for one, but New Zealand can comfortably do this in singles now. They need 52 off 63.
Rabada is stupidly good though, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's so good to watch.
He's lovely, and he makes fast bowling look effortless.
Yeah. And he can bowl a Yorker at will almost.
Yeah.
With the
no
red
one
ball
can do that at me
in hand, he is really something. His strike rate is incredible.
Oh, Greystoke was shouting again. He says, "Collapse!" exclamation mark.
Well, we hope so, as this one is turned away into the leg side by Finn Allen for a single. It would really need wickets in bundles to put the panic on here. But you never do know. Strange things have happened in cricket games in the past.
It's Carlos tried to show Natalie Germanos in the commentary box how to bowl a...
He looks like his fingers are on the seam. I wonder if he's...
I think he's trying to bowl a slower ball with the one that's pulled back.
That's what I reckon, Jace. That's flashed away square by Rachin Ravindra for his first boundary, so they keep on coming.
Well, poor old Bear, who's been off for 10 overs. This thing might not go past 15.
Oh yeah, he's not going to get back on.
At this rate. They're going to need, 50 runs in under 5 overs?
They do still need 47, so Bear will get to do a little bit of something. As I am done for the day with Rachin Ravindra's pull out to Marco Jansen. They amble one, so New Zealand 124 for 1 from 10. They need 46 to get to Ahmedabad, and we've got a change here.
We have. I'll do some more whilst you evacuate now, so we'll
depart as well.
Cheers all.
New Zealand's 11 sons have all called Trevor, says Extra Fluffo. In space, no going to hear Lockie scream, says Stephen Kelk. And the last one for Rohit Sharam, harsh, says chokers are always chokers.
Well, they didn't choke in the World Test Championship, we'll give them that. They're not particularly choked here, they just batted quite badly. And, you know, it's T20, every team has it. We said this the other day when West Indies got to 177 versus South Africa. They're getting the same treatment they got then. We thought, oh, they did quite well, it's quite competitive. And then South Africa chased it down at 16.1 overs. And they're getting the same treatment today. And that was a day when they had a massive opening partnership, wasn't it?
Corbin Bosch going to bowl his second over. 46 off 60 balls. That's all New Zealand need.
4 more.
And that should be 4 of them because that's beautifully clipped.
That's a lovely shot.
Through mid-wicket by Ravindra Jadeja. Ravindra, have I got his name right? Doesn't matter. It's 4 runs.
You have got it right.
Yes,
and I'm going to try and juice. I think you'll know what I'm trying to induce here.
Can someone let Arnav in? He's in the waiting room.
That's what 4s are for. To get funky on the dance floor.
Well, I'll tell you what. He says, sounding a bit like a 70s DJ. I'll tell you what, mate.
Tell you what, mate?
Tell you what, mate. I mean, the power play, well, just wait for Bosch. That's pushed quite defensively on that occasion. Doesn't need to do much more. Just 2 mid-on by Ravindra. No run. 40.
Did you just say Ravindra Jadeja there?
I did. That's what I did. Yeah. I didn't mean that exactly. Ravindra.
There's
I got there in
kind
the
of a player.
48 for 2 is where South Africa were in their power play. 84 without loss, New Zealand, after 6 overs. Their 100 came up in almost exactly half the time that it took South Africa to get there. Bosch in, dropped bat. Ravindra drops a bat on it. They jog a sharp single. And then the 100 came up in
9 overs.
Well, as I say, 7.5 compared, to 13.5. I mean, it's hard to see a situation where New Zealand can balls this up.
I think there has been only 3 power plays of 80 or more in this competition. South Africa got 1, I think. Obviously 1 for New Zealand, and Australia in the game they lost to Sri Lanka, funnily enough, got 104 in 8.1 overs, and then got all out.
My theory is that the fates are conspiring for New Zealand to beat England by a super over on Sunday. No! Corbin Bosch, in he comes. That's pulled away.
I will not have that.
2 deep mid-wicket, fielded by the tall Marco Jansen, another single. So 6 off this over. That'll do very nicely. 40 off 56 is all that New Zealand need.
Well,
and I have to say, I'm a tad surprised, if I'm honest.
Yeah,
I think we all are. We're all a bit shell-shocked. Who's that? Finn Allen. Finn Allen managed to, I think, play that off his toe out to mid-wicket, and he's hopped from one end to the other because he hurt himself, but he did get a single. That one's pulled by Ravindra, but pulled straight to mid-wicket. Still be a single, though.
It's interesting, isn't it? I mean, they played quite badly against us in the end, and were a bit shell-shocked that we beat them, I think, New Zealand, in the end. And if it was England versus New Zealand and we had a game like that, and the same result, obviously, on Sunday, it would be an absolutely cracking World Cup final.
Well, I can tell you the lads in the pub, before the wicket fell, had it at about 99.8 against us, 0.2. They did swing it back a whole percent on the basis of that one wicket, but it's gone way back into New Zealand. That's been pulled. That's up in the air.
That's a long way.
The question is it long enough? Is it long enough to get from Kolkata all the way to Bangladesh? Probably, because that's an enormous hit, and it's gone for 6. Finn Allen certainly.
Finn Allen can be very destructive. I mean, whenever I've seen him, he's generally not done it. I mean, we all know he's capable of it. I've seen him do it twice. Oh, he's got cramp, I think.
I think it could be cramp. Yeah. Because he doesn't touch anything, and then all of a sudden he's hopping like a man who's in considerable discomfort.
I presume it's quite humid there at the moment, isn't it?
But yeah, it is. But they've got 6 nearer. He's lying down. We've got a bit of time. 137 for 1. After 11 complete. Arnav,
Yay, we got super chat.
what have we got?
Super chat from Jay Grover for £2. Let's jingle him up first.
Yeah, let's
Why
give
not?
Jay a jingle because it's Jay.
Super chat, yeah. Super chat, yeah. Super chat gain. Super chat gain.
This one's for you, Bear. He says, Bear, happy pre-birthday. Clip Tony round the year.
What the fuck off? I'm not doing that. What? That's
Done.
when is your birthday?
15th of March, isn't it?
Oh, it's
Ides of
obviously
March.
The Ides of March. Beware the Ides of the
Absolutely.
bear's birthday. I do like the
Sorry,
it's like
we
your
have-
candles for your birthday cake. Look, the lighting in that stand. Sorry, Arno.
No worries. We have Greystoke saying, this game finishes and then the EPL starts. I tell you, it's hard to sleep in Australia when you'd rather not sleep.
Yeah, I guess those sorts of sports are all on the wrong side of the thing. Although, we all thought Liverpool fucking lost yesterday to Wolves.
Oh, well, I was telling
And
you
then
the
we
story
have
of my
some other
greengrocer.
people. Sorry, we have some other people in the chat referring to South Africa with the famous C word. I'm sure we all know what it is.
Yeah, well, when was
I'm
the
not sure
last?
they choked. They've been battered
They
rather
have.
than choked. Choked sort of implies that they kind of, if they were chasing, they just failed. You have to say that actually New Zealand have taken us away from them. They've taken their chances. I still think that catch early on. I think actually De Brevis should have come in from fine leg. I mean, he was so much closer to it than Quinton de Kock was, and he was coming towards it. And Quinton de Kock was running away from it. I know he's got gloves and everything, but he was at full tilt, and Brevis would have just had to come in and catch it. Could have been very different had he lost a quick wicket in the power play. Might have slowed them down a bit, but look, they only required.
Well, that Quinton de Kock drop. Oh, I was just looking.
He didn't actually get there in the end.
No, he
did
didn't. Well, yes, and Dewald Brevis stepped back to make room for him, even though the ball was always pretty much going straight to Brevis.
Yeah.
I mean, had that fallen, second over?
Yeah. And that was Finn Allen, wasn't it?
Or
was it Seifert? I can't remember who it was.
Well, it might have just sown a few seeds of doubt.
Well, exactly.
I've just remembered, right, okay, so Finn Allen, who we've just seen receiving all that attention, he's obviously had his helmet off. Do you remember the Vic Reeves and Bob Mortimer folk duo, Mulligan and O'Hare?
No.
Well, he looks like one of them.
Okay.
That's what. That's who.
He's got a big beard.
Well, basically, yeah.
Big ginger beard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it does a little bit.
It does. He looks like whichever one Vic Reeves, i.e. Jim Moore, was playing. 137 for 1.
In 11 overs.
In 11 overs. It has been a blistering chase, and South Africa, surprisingly, to everyone's surprise really, just haven't been able to staunch the flow of runs.
In terms of innings, though, do you want this? This is almost the perfect batting innings. Do you want this in the semi-final or the final? No guarantees you're going to do it 2 games in a row, is there? You know.
Well, you need to win your semi-final.
You do need to win your semi-final.
So I think you take it and then reset.
They look a bit shell-shocked, the Saffers.
South Africa, they are looking a tad shell-shocked. Okay, we've got a bit of spin. It's Keshav Maharaj who's around the wicket. Misfielded a couple of times by, I think, Corbin Bosch, who's at short mid-wicket. And Ravindra and Allen, not Flanagan and Allen, decide that not running is the best move. Maharaj again. Push back to the bowler. Again, a dot ball. Need a few more of those. Do South Africa. Goodness me, they do. It's very thoughtful.
And they're going along at, 13 and over?
Springbok faces out there. That's slapped out to deep extra. They'll just take a single. He's bowling, I think, from is it the Law Court's end? High Court end, isn't it? And then I think they've renamed the pavilion end. It's now the Dr. DC Boise Baruzzi end.
What?
Well, it used to be the pavilion end, which is nice and simple.
Yes.
But they've now
Yeah, interesting new name.
Some crazy name. Well, India grounds tend to name their stands and their ends after administrators, not even players quite often.
Yeah.
On to the back foot goes Allen, whips that. Oh, it's beaten backward square, and it's gone for 4 runs.
Oh my word.
Well, I'm not sure that was the best bit of fielding.
I don't think he was anywhere near it, but there was no one behind him.
Let's have a look. was on leg. It was clipped, but quite forcibly clipped. How close? No.
Exactly.
It beats the man there who's, well, it was a chase of resignation, shall we say.
Oh,
that's up in the air.
that
Has
could
it
be
got
out.
enough?
Oh,
no,
wow.
it's gone all the way. It's beaten Marco Janssen, who's at a very long on. Deep mid-wicket, couldn't get round. 6 more to the score, and only 28 runs are needed off, 50 balls? This has been an extraordinary, well, not reversal of form, but remember it was a 7-wicket win in Ahmedabad earlier in the tournament. South Africa cut by Allen. There is the man down there. Stubbsy is the man who's out there at long off. He comes around more to extra, deep extra. No, it's David Miller, I beg your pardon.
Nothing they can do now, is there really? 22 runs required off 8 overs.
Well, let's have a look. What are the lads in the pub saying?
Oh, they'll give them about 0.3%.
Well, this is it. This is the conversation that they have after several pints. We've got to give them something.
Miracles can happen, but
yeah,
highly unlikely.
0.24.
99.76
for New Zealand. South Africa 0.24.
Should let Arnav get some socials in.
Yes, Arnav, far away.
Yeah. So we have Shining Knight saying England versus New Zealand finals rematch incoming. India heavy favourites, but this would be funny as heck. I agree with him, honestly. It'd be a fun match, as you guys said. Super over maybe
against England. I can see it. Back steps Allen. It was speared into full. It was fairly foolish Yorker, really. But Allen just stepped back towards leg, flicked it down to fine leg.
I said,
and it's gone for 4 more.
I said 15 overs. We're not even going to get there, are we? I mean, they could get it done this over.
I think someone's told.
4 on the floor, and 1 more 4 than the 4 before. That's what 4's are for, to get funky on the dance floor.
Someone has told Alan and Ravindra that the traffic from Lewisham to Claygate any time after 4 o'clock is really hard. So see if you can get Tone home early. And they've got the message. It's probably Baz and his walkie-talkie who's been doing it for me. Even if he's not, he might be there. He might be watching this. No, he's going to be in.
No, he'll be with the England side.
Can I get another message?
Yes,
in the meantime?
go for it.
We've got John O'Gorman saying, agreeing with Bear, honestly.
Well, this is not that unusual.
What's he saying?
He's saying this isn't a joke. It's plain, common, or garden, old-fashioned hiding.
Yeah, it is.
Well, it is.
Very much so.
Marco Janssen, left arm, flicked off his legs.
Oh my
it's going to
word.
beat. Is it Rabada down there?
That went.
Markram just walks away, shakes his head. Marco Janssen shakes his head. Rabada we can't see, but somewhere he'll be looking to the skies and probably shaking his head. It's 4 less to score for New Zealand. It's 4 more to the score.
That went fast.
4. There's a cleverly engineered shot though there.
Well, it was, but I mean, it just shot off the bat as well.
13 off 46. In comes Janssen. That's smashed by Allen.
Oh.
That is probably halfway to Bangladesh because it's been absolutely hauled away. 9-10 rows back in the stand. 7 needed off 45. Well.
So is this over 6-4-6 so far? And he did 22 at the beginning of this over.
Yeah. Well, you have definitely 2 6s. We've had the floor with the trickle down leg. I think there might have been 2 4s as well.
No, there's only been 3 balls in the overtime.
Oh, right, okay. I might have invented one. I might be as shell-shocked as the South African bowlers are because this has been extraordinary. 7 needed off 45 balls. Just for fun, we'll see what the lads in the pub have made of it all. That's drilled! That's 6 of them for sure. Yes, it is.
Well, you go and end up with 100.
Absolutely mullered back by Finn Allen. It's gone for 6. He's on to 96.
He needs a 4 or 6 to finish the game and get himself 100. Yeah, well, he could do here. That was shit ball, though. I mean,
the good news is, do not lose hope, South Africa, because the lads in the pub still give you a 0.04% chance. Where they get that from, I do not know.
Well,
but that's what they say.
A triple hat trick.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They only need 3 hat tricks back to back.
And then they go, and then you get to a super over.
Well, for South Africa.
And then they lose by...
Well, they've lost the ball.
Do they have a third, fourth player? No, they don't. Okay, I heard that from off camera from Thingy. Well, they're the Kiwi wags, yeah?
They are. They're looking quite chirpy, not
surprisingly.
surprisingly.
The one on the right looked not particularly happy, but I was wondering, that's why I asked, are they the Kiwi ones? Because
you mean the lady on the right?
Yes.
Yeah.
What did I say?
What you just said, the one on the right. It's like
oh, right. Well, okay.
Wife and
well, she might not be a lady.
Well, okay, that I can't speak for. So the equation is simple. They only need one run to win. But Finn Allen should be on strike. He's on 96. If he can finish it with a boundary, he'll get 100 as well. He's drilled this. Yes, he can. It's over. Over. We're mid-off. 2-3 bounces. Over the sponge it goes. Allen brings up 100, and he also carries absolutely rampant New Zealand into the final, where they will play the winners of tomorrow's England versus India encounter.
Guaranteed he gets less than 10 in the final.
That's off and the way, Bear.
Off and the way. But he got them into the final.
Who genuinely saw that coming? Quite.
I didn't see it coming in that way, but I thought 170 was definitely a chaseable score. I mean, they have absolutely butchered that in less than 13 overs. I mean, which means they were on for 240, something like that. That's mad.
Well. I mean, if you think about the story of the game, you did wonder if drop catches might cost New Zealand. They didn't. They only cost them 18 in total. And then it was it Finn Allen who threw the ball up? Back went Quinton de Kock. That's mine, he said, with the big gloves. He had to run about 30 yards. Dewald Brevis could have just stepped forward a couple of feet and taken it.
Well, not a couple of feet.
Wow.
But I mean, he was certainly, and it's so much easier coming onto the ball than running back to it, even if you've got big gloves on, as I said earlier. I don't know if that was Finn Allen or that was Seifert. I can't remember who it was, but I mean, wickets and a power play are everything, you know. I mean, when South Africa destroyed the West Indies in their game in the Super 8s, West Indies couldn't take a wicket, and to a certain degree that was their problem against India actually the other night. They couldn't get enough wickets early enough, wasn't it? And if you get out of power play and you're 2 down and you've got people who can bat and you get a partnership going, big scores can happen and big chases can happen.
They can. Well, New Zealand have won this game. Finn Allen's finished it with a 4 that also brought up his 100. Ravindra 13 not out. They just lost the 1 wicket.
Tim Seifert.
Which was Tim Seifert. They've won by 9 wickets with 43 balls remaining, which is the best part of 7 overs.
7 overs on a ball.
Overs.
That's what I mean.
So
they were going along at 12, 13 and over.
And everything I said earlier about I'm not so sure about the stats that support it being completely a chasing ground. You can probably just ignore. Forget I never said those.
Yeah, you were wrong.
Because on that occasion,
I'll
confess I was wrong.
So tomorrow, is there likely to be due at the Wankidi as well?
I suspect Arnav
not
is
so
probably
much.
our
no, not so much. Eden Gardens is a way higher due factor than 1KD, so not so much.
Okay.
Well, look, if you're South African, and we know that there's been a lot of you seem to find us during the World Test Championship win, which would be a good thing for you to remember right now, and stayed with us. You've joined us again today, and if you found us today, thank you for your company. Stay with us. It's been a great tournament, and South Africa have been superb. They certainly had an off day today, that's for sure. And if you're a New Zealand or a Kiwi fan who's found us, stay with us for Sunday.
Absolutely.
And we'll look forward to your company. And even if you're a South African, of course, we hope you will stay with us as well. Right.
Are you pinging away?
I am pinging away. Got various messages. One of them's from Bennett.
Oh, saying
he wants to know if I'm in his plans for Sunday.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Well, I've already said
Bennett.
I'm going to an 18th birthday party in the second half of Sunday, and I'm not inviting Bennett.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Right, I guess we chip off.
We will do some final messages though, if Arnav's got them.
Honestly, not really. Just the results of the poll for tomorrow. So, who will face today's winners in the final? India have won the poll with 55%, narrowly over England with 45%. The rest is all just congratulatory messages for the New Zealanders.
Well, if it's anything like political polls, there's every chance it's wrong.
Well, we're hoping so. I'm sure Arnav isn't.
Yes, exactly. We've got a lot of people lined up for Sunday. I've now got to go and work out based on. Well, I'm saving.
You're basing on my football availability. Basically, is how this is all going to work. I don't know. Yeah, I'm hoping tomorrow's a good game. I mean, this actually wasn't a very good game when you look at it. I mean, a great game for New Zealand, but when you look at it in terms of
unexpected game.
Yeah, you wanted it to be a lot closer than that. I mean, they've absolutely butchered them in no time whatsoever.
But that's us. We're going to be back tomorrow. Don't you worry. Join us then. Well done, New Zealand. Bad luck, South Africa, on this occasion. What a performance, though, from New Zealand, you've got to say.
Yeah. See you all tomorrow. Bye.
See you guys. Bye-bye.
Take guard, man the barricades, patrol the cover boundary. At last the time has come, this is a cricketing emergency. Hear this call to arms for every cricket revolutionary. Take up your bats and stumps for the test match insurgency. At first they tried to silence us, but we would not be silenced. They threatened us with lies, so we threatened them with violence. Che Guevara, Sangakkara, Joseph Stalin, Douglas Jardine, Robespierre, Darrell Hare, Vladimir Lenin, O'Brien Kevin, guerrilla cricket. It's not about the winning, it's about how many rules you break. Even in cricket commentary, this is the best advice to take. Pick guerrilla cricket, it's the finest choice.